As we are once again alive upon the internet. A little bit late, as I'm also it's actually some food in front of me still that I still have to chow down. But yeah, let's just jump on. I'll chow down in between. Let's
Safe
yeah.
area detected.
Gonna quickly set up something because yeah, we're gonna go and do some recording for a thing. This up. Um, I was thinking as well, maybe as comparison, I should just have this high end with a 1886 as well. Um, let's do this. That would be actually interesting. But yeah, we wouldn't have the same amount of headshot. Kind of thinking of if you put like two pieces via here, comparing it to the breaking point set. How much could you get out of this? Because yeah, you would have 10 from rifle, you would have 20 rifle here, so you would have 30 rifle, actually more than the breaking point thing, but you wouldn't have the 30 headshot because you would rather have that named one here, so you would only have 10 on top. And then the max size. And yeah, let's leave it at that. It's around the same amount anyway. And what breaking point has is much more. Its reload mechanic is actually its thing. Yeah, I need the gift and the chinkular from this character for some of the other characters. And let's go back to character 1 first. Let's clean this up actually, because I wanted to change how this works.
Safe area entered.
The point I'm now realizing I should have just split them up. There's no right big reason to compare them all together. Let's maybe I should do that. Yeah, let's just do that. We're gonna split these guys up. X. Gonna put a little bit of distance between them even. Get this set. That's set over here as well. So this one goes to here, D6, and then these all move on over. So these is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's going to be 4. So this move up 4. Move up these as well. Oh wait, that doesn't line. Oh no, it does. Okay. Here. All right, so let's Control X, Control V. Yeah, this makes the most sense anyway. Let's move this all down even a little bit more. So that's on this row. That works. Yeah. So then we have like this. Let's fix up all of these. So all of them are going to compare to 23. That works out actually. Copy.
Something smells good.
So it work. Yeah. So let's do it like this. Control V. Copy all of this over to here, and to here, and to here. And then this thing is beautiful, but still okay enough. Trying to think of if there's a better way of explaining these. Wait, this one should also have heraldry. Right, this one was replacing.
Let me guess. We're pulling short rations again.
Wait. This is weird. So wait, this is a aces and 8 BP RLD. So hotshot, aces and 8s. Oh no, so this doesn't have aces and 8s. So this has Walker and Harris. Although we'll be visualizing both builds as well. So.
What's that smell?
And then yeah, this is hotshot, aces and 8s, Habsburg, BP, and then RL. So yeah, yes. That works. Good to see the cheap viewers are early today. Yeah, let's go and set this up. We're gonna just start it at the range. I feel I've started all of the all of the in-depth looks at the range almost. Let me catch up here. All the build variation with the new rifle set has made Merciless. I mean, Merciless, you can still use it, but I still, like, if I'm going for Merciless build, I might actually just put it in a Strikers. Just stack up with something else, and then once it's stacked, go to it. The set, I feel, at its best, works as a Headhunter, like we have here. The crit chance, crit damage variants of it work, but it works in the same way that, you know, X0 works. It's not horrendous, it's just not great either. Let's put all of these a little bit further away. Let's actually murder here everybody except that very far one. Trying to get the marker to always land on this guy. And the rifle damage number changed in the weapon update in the previous update. Bruce. Oh, if you mean the actual rifles, no. At least I haven't gone through all the weapons yet, but a quick summary, like a quick look through most of the weapons. I did have a look if anything had changed, or maybe sometimes, you know, actually much bigger issue is if they accidentally revert some of the numbers. I haven't actually gone through all of the rifles, but I looked at the ACR and the Mark 17 and stuff, and the Diamondback. Just you know, these numbers, the base numbers that they have here, which is truncated. But if it like had reverted, or if there was actually a change or something, then you can guess from that, basically. Alright, Tony said, have you seen news of Q&A about? No. Has there been some talk there? Do you have a link to that? Otherwise, I'm gonna quickly check on the Discord. I'm gonna guess it's in the news and announcements part of the official Discord, Jeremy. Because yeah, between actually last stream and this stream, I didn't get to do much. I just had to run around and do stuff. Actually, they're doing a maintenance tomorrow. Right? That's what the issue affecting the crafting station rolls. Okay. So yeah, for those that had that and know what that is, you have one more day. You have the entirety of this evening, basically. Yeah, let's actually bring this up. Where is this going? To Ubisoft. Yeah, actually, let's go through this real quickly before we do anything else. Is this because it's in dark mode? Yeah. Let's maybe exclude you from dark mode. Yeah, Seasons 2.0 FAQ. Let's actually go through this. Did that is that the link that got cut out? I think yeah, the bot cuts it out. Actually, I should have thought about that. But yeah, I found it. Yeah, that update was there. Not sure if other no. Well, so a lot of weapons did change. Also rifles. All of those are implemented into like. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, so in Project Resolve, basically, yeah, rifles did get changed quite a bit. Basically, anything. The only thing that didn't get touched was shotguns and pistols. Everything else got. All the other weapon types got touched. It crafts just yeah, max. Okay, yeah, some things will craft not at max. Same for trying to get 13 PFEs. Interestingly, it's not free 13 PFEs. Agents, we've heard your concerns regarding the introduction of seasonal characters. We've heard you guys moaning incessantly about seasonal characters. In relation to with Season 2.0 later this year, we want to clarify how seasonal characters will impact your existing main characters and answer a few questions about Season 2.0. The main idea behind Season 2.0 is to break away from the current repetitive seasonal model by transforming the entire experience with your main characters. We need to consider various progression and power levels, making it nearly impossible to create a well-balanced experience that is enjoyable for our. Because this is kind of understanding. Because one of the things that I can kind of agree with this. With a full watch, for instance, a 1K character or above, those final missions are a lot more this is kind of balanced for an endgame player with actually decent gear on heroic. But the thing is, of course, you can drop the difficulty down. If you really need to, you can just do the climax mission on normal. But so that kind of breaks up this, but. Oh, it's already at 200%. Starting all players at level 1 ensures that we have a clear understanding of where they are in their progression journey when faced with specific challenges. But it doesn't mean, yeah. Let's read the whole thing before we ask even more questions that might be answered here already. To put it simply, in order to craft challenges with precision, we need a fresh start. Additionally, seasonal resets bring another layer of excitement since modifiers are phased out at the end of each season, giving us the freedom to impact gameplay far beyond what permanent mechanics would allow. Since modifiers are phased out at the end of each season. Well, we'll find out what modifiers are. We omitted one important detail from the Year 6 introduction. With the revamped seasonal progression, you will have the opportunity to bring your main characters into the last 2 weeks of each season, known as the intermission. The intermission allows you to revisit your main characters with new content and seasonal progression using your current arsenal of experimentation, strategy, and dominance at the start of the intermission. All rewards earned with the seasonal character, including SHT levels, proficiency rank, stash items, and collectibles will be transferred to your main character. This transfer ensures that your character will be more powerful than ever and prepared to tackle the season's climax, normal or master difficulty, should you choose to experience the remainder of the season with your main agent. That should be multiples for most people. Get ready to see your favorites in a whole new way. During this time, the seasonal character will be added to your roster, giving you the option to play the season's climate with either the seasonal character or your preferred main character. Okay, I'm getting a vibe off of that the seasonal character is staying there. In Season 2, your progression is significantly sped up, allowing you to reach level 40 more quickly and gain SHT levels at a faster rate. Okay, that's an interesting choice because wait, what? Or was that? Including SHT levels goes back into, so yeah, you can grind harder on that guy. This progress will be shared with your main characters at the start of the intermission. Expertise upgrades will not be available for seasonal characters. Okay. Instead, the SHT... Oh, that also likely that means they don't share a stash. So they have a separate stash then. Or is it just disabled? Or, well, likely you don't have your stash at all then, yeah. So the SHT watch bonus will be increased to account for the missing power coming from expertise. The watch bonus will be increased and higher from the watch. That's a weird choice. Although if you're leveling faster, but it kind of depends on if it's still 1k to get the max. Proficiency can still be earned by seasonal characters and will be merged at the end of the season. Please note that proficiency alone does not impact gameplay. Finally, as a seasonal character progresses to level 40, they will not have to complete the entire campaign again. Instead, they will have the freedom to choose which content they experience without worrying about completing certain missions for specific unlocks. However, there is more to the upcoming changes than just transitioning to seasonal characters. We will share with you detailed information by hosting a live Q&A sessions, RPTS, and during various live streams in the coming months to guide you through these changes. We also encourage you to explore the season thing page, as it may answer some of your questions. But this didn't answer, like, I still have questions. Hopefully they'll answer it in here. WONI expansion. Is the Warlords of New York expansion now free for new players? The WONI DLC continues to be paid content. The key change that came with the one endgame update is that owning WONI is no longer required to reach level 40 and access endgame content such as gear, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, the map is still locked too. That we know that. What content remains locked beyond the WONI expansion? Skills. Oh, also the skills, of course, actually. That's actually an important one. Yeah. Skills, story, and New York map remain exclusive to the expansion. Actually, I totally forgot about the skills. Playing Legacy Manhunt missions won't grant access to skill variations for Repair Trap, Shutdown Trap, or EMP Sticky. Yeah, that one as well. Because, yeah, if you don't have the core one, you don't have the core skill, it won't give the... Okay, that's actually important. Also, actually, let's actually put this character in a menu for a second because I hear the background noise of the White House there. Yeah, or that's this one. Actually, let me catch up here if there's any. Did they change anything about the max crafting? They're gonna have a PTA, or they're gonna PTS. They're gonna have a maintenance tomorrow, or that's going to have the fix for that. Which one's just forcing? Any okay. Yeah, so where were we? But also there's like the least important part of this one. Let's just check them anyway. Will the New York map remain accessible for playing legacy manhunts? Without ownership, Pony will not be able to access the legacy manhunt mission set in New York. That's only Kelso, right? All the other climax missions are DC. Yeah, so that's fine. They attempt to fast travel to the climax location, they will receive an in-game notification. Buy the full game, asshole. Seasonal and non-seasonal characters will be given extra stat space and or extra character slots. An additional character slot would be added to support Season 2.0 along with extra storage space. However, it is worth noting that no extra slots will be added for each individual season. So yeah, retain was the wrong word for them to use there, and they get added to your roster is yeah. At least we get one more character slot, although yeah, it's locked to the seasonal. Yeah. I was hoping for that, but yeah. Do I need to delete character when a new season starts when all my slots are occupied? As additional slots will not be provided for each season, you will need to choose which character to retain in your main roster, starting with... Although we get just the extra slot, and if you don't do the seasonal, I can just make it hardcore first, because I might do that first. Consideration slot will not be provided for each season. You will need to choose which character to retain in your main roster. Starting with year 6, season 2, you can have up to 5 characters. For instance, in the beginning of year 6, season 2, if you already have 4 characters, you can utilize the additional slot to add a 5th character for the new season. However, if you have 5 characters at the end of season year 6, season 2, you will need to remove 1 character to make room for new seasonal characters. Okay. What is the point of keeping your if you can't use them for 19% of the future content coming to the game? We have taken measures to ensure that both seasonal and non-seasonal have meaningful roles and cool things to do in the game. The current model reinforces the way a lot of players are using some characters as supports for the main characters at the account level. Seasonal characters serve a similar purpose. On top of facilitating an awesome experience in the season through manhunts and modifiers. What are these modifiers? Additionally, seasonal characters also contribute to the overall account progression, which is presented through the power level of the main character. The main character remains the foundation of the account, enabling players to take on challenges of highest power and difficulty levels. Furthermore, upcoming DLC will present a chance to take on challenges with your primary characters and its corresponding power levels. Additionally, any non-seasonal characters will have access, only non-seasonal characters will have access to the Legacy Manhunt. So, they need to be clearer. Is there actually season track stuff for them? Is League and global events and stuff are still available for the main character? How are they this bad at communicating? Will there be any new content for the main non-seasonal character? Non-seasonal characters will continue to have access to all existing game content, including both WONI and the upcoming DLC. Right now, there are no intentions to introduce another incursion. Oh, wow. They just flat out say that they're not planning on introducing another incursion or raid. Well, raid was kind of thing, but there was actually some talk of maybe an incursion, but yeah, so they're kind of refuting that because they didn't need to have this in here at all. Well, seasonal characters have access to their existing recalibration library. The calibration will be shared between seasonal and non-seasonal characters, the only exception being season-specific gear during the season. You can transfer season-specific gear talents to the library, where they will become accessible to your main characters at the beginning of the mission. Wait, is gear getting locked behind this? Because that's not what they said initially. Well, seasonal characters be able to use account-wide resources and materials. Seasonal characters will have their own separate pools of shared resources and materials. Can you have multiple seasonal characters? Actually, that sounds like this is, which will not be shared with non-seasonal characters pool. So you can have multiple seasonal characters if you really want to, apparently. When I have all my inventory and stash maxed out, will I lose the loot after the season ends with the seasonal character merge with my regular rosters? Once the season ends and intermission begins, you will be awarded a temporary stash to facilitate the transition of the seasonal items to your main pool. It is up to you to decide what to keep and what to discard or deconstruct during the process. However, please note that starting from year 6, season 3, you will, if you still have items in your temporary stash, you will be unable to create a new seasonal character. Okay, that's fine. You need to merge them in before you can even. How will my hardcore characters be impacted? At the start of each season, you will have the option to select either a hardcore or regular seasonal character. This choice provides the opportunity to add an additional hardcore character to your roster at the end of the season when the seasonal and main characters combine. Your existing hardcore character will retain its progression, which can be shared at the beginning of the intermission period. So that just goes into the pool of the hardcore SHT level. Will seasonal characters have access to global events? Global events as they are now will remain exclusive to non-seasonal characters. Okay, so yeah, the global events are staying with the normal characters. Due to their incompatibility with seasonal progression and modifiers in their current state. They will adhere to the established rotation model already present in the game. Seasonal characters may eventually receive their own version of global events tailored to enhance the seasonal experience, but this implementation will occur at a later time. Okay, so there we have our answer to, at least the global events. What about leagues and stuff? Will they still do leagues? Let me catch up to here. Let's see on my new character waiting to trigger. Okay. Yeah, we get one extra slot, but it is it is just one time. So yeah, you still need to delete your character, like the seasonal character, afterwards too. You don't get to like actually retain them, which I've been able to get them the watch twice. To get the watch, use up the points, get the watch and half points. Okay, that's interesting. This fun. Yeah, I did see the people crafting purple and even gray named items and stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna indulge in any of that though. FAQ for the FAQ. I feel we need a FAQ for this FAQ, yeah. Overly complicated classifier. Well, I mean, once they implement it and we can actually word these things out, it's going to be so much better than what they're doing here. They literally needed a list here. This is what remains for the main characters, and this is what the seasonal characters get. Because still, is gear tied to them? Because they're talking here about like talents only, like you have to get it on your seasonal character and then going back to your main characters and stuff. Because all of those things, like, don't put those on seasonal characters only. What sense does that make? As if a good, like, are you guys going to add a talent that really changes the gameplay just for the seasonal, and then after the season everybody gets access to it, or like the main characters just put it into the normal rotation? Okay, I mean that question that they what is it worth keeping with? That's more just what that's more a question that is actually coming from, like, because the thing is, even with seasonal characters, like if we're doing projects and stuff, if we're doing all of those kind of things, like a lot of my time nowadays is like spent doing the weekly projects for resources. If you're newer, you still want to get all of the blueprints and stuff like that. You can still do all that with just main characters and stuff. They shouldn't have used the wording that like this. This is just basically the title of a Reddit post, likely that they just copied and then didn't give a really good answer to. They need to be so much clearer than this. Like, how are they this bad? So, Manhunt 2.0. Will the new Master difficulty be in any way available for non-seasonal characters? Yes, Climax Mission on Master difficulty will be available for both seasonal and non-seasonal characters during the intermission, a 2-week period between the seasons. And I'm going to guess as well afterwards, likely as well still, right? Like just as the Legacy Manhunt mission, Legacy Climax mission. Why tie the Manhunt to the seasonal characters participation? In Season 2.0, the optimal way to experience the story is through the seasonal structure, utilizing a character with appropriate power level to capitalize on features such as gameplay modifiers and seasonal items. Again, with this, what does this mean? Also, again, modifiers, gameplay modifiers. The story will be adjusted to accommodate this new dynamic, with multiple agents fulfilling their roles throughout the season. Moreover, after the season ends, players can opt for the climax mission. Using their seasonal or primary character. Okay, so in that intermission again, you said it twice. Seasonal journey. What will Seasons 2.0 consist of? There are 15 weeks of varied activities such as seasonal missions, seasonal projects, manhunt scouts, and priority objectives to be completed with your seasonal character, followed by a 2-week intermission period during which you can utilize your main character. Your non-seasonal characters can be accessed at any time during the season, but with no access to seasonal content except for the... Wait, what? Okay, your non-seasonal character can be accessed at them during the season. Yeah, why are you even expanding on that? But with no access to the seasonal content except for the 2-week intermission. Define seasonal content. You still haven't. How are we this deep into this? Approximately how long is accelerated grind to level 40 expected date? Non-seasonal characters will require approximately 45 hours to complete. Okay. Well, seasonal characters are expected... Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, this is non-seasonal characters. 45 hours? That is, maybe first run. I would hope most seasonal characters... So yeah, if they're saying around 15 hours in comparisons to 45, when you can do this in like 30 easily, even solo... Yeah, so let's cut off 15 alpha to 10, basically, likely. Will the seasonal grind to level 40 consist of the same current activities, or will be different each season? To reach level 40, the seasonal character journey will act as a... Wait, what? The seasonal journey will act as a guide, providing simple and quick challenges that offer great completion rewards, which also aiding the player through unlocking key game systems. Additionally, at every point, players can complete a variety of other activities in the game at an increased progression rate. Each season will feature unique seasonal modifiers that affect both players and enemy NPCs, providing a different experience in previously played content. How have you still not explained what seasonal modifiers are? How are we this deep and you still have... What? How are they this bad at communicating? Will the seasonal story beats be introduced during the level 1 to 40 grind, or will players need to reach level 40 to experience them? The updated seasonal journey in Year 6 Season 2 will allow players the opportunity to experience the story irrespective of their level. In other words, new story content is no longer locked behind level 40 characters. But then you also don't know their power level, so what is the point of a seasonal character? Will players have to reach level 40 to start collecting season rewards? Seasonal rewards are not restricted to level 40. Various rewards unlocked through the seasonal journey, season pass, and in-game systems are granted while leveling from 1 to 40. The Manhunt story will also gradually unfold through collectibles, allowing players to progress step by step. What happens with seasonal collectibles during the admission period, which occurs in the final 2 weeks before the end of the season? All rewards obtained with the seasonal characters as a SSD level or proficiency rank, stash items, and collectibles will be transferred to your main character. Main characters? Do I get all of the comms on all of the characters as long as I collected them on this seasonal character? I would hope so. Will we get access to the SHD Watch? In Season 2.0, seasonal characters progression is significantly sped up, allowing you to reach level 40 more quickly and gain SHD levels at a faster rate. This progress will be shared with your main character at the end of the season. However, fast progression will only be possible up until a certain level. Upon reaching it, the SHD watch progression will resume at its normal speed. This one, like, I'm not so much pissed at seasonal characters. I am pissed at this. Will we get access to the SHD watch? This is the question, right? This is their Q&A. This is their question. In their answer, it doesn't answer if we get access to the SHD watch. It is talking about getting SHD levels at a faster rate. This progress will be shared with your main character at the end of the season. However, fast progression will only be possible up until a certain level. Upon reaching it, the SHD watch progression will resume at a normal speed. Like, from this last sentence, you can go like, okay, so yeah, we have the SHD watch. You answer this question. In the first sentence, you go, yes, you have access to an SHD watch. Is it 0? Is it the account level? Well, it's likely going to be 0, but still, you have now. This is your own Q&A. You get to pick the question. Answer your own goddamn question that you decided to ask. Why can't my existing level character engage in the seasonal content? Because we said so. No. Their answer is, the main objective of Season 2.0 is to ensure that all players can participate in the endgame content on a level playing field. So this isn't, because this isn't the character. Like, this isn't just build. You can farm out the strikers if the season, because again, they still haven't explained what seasonal modifiers are. Is that like some gear sets are in there or not, or stuff like that? I'm much more pissed off at like this Q&A than like seasonal characters as a concept, as well as allowing us to fine-tune the experience based on more controlled progression. But strikers still exist. Can I get a strikers and an Elmo? Because I'm still gonna tear through all of your content with the strikers and Elmo. Can we get then? Is the incursion available? Then it's strikers and Oreo. Modifiers again. Additionally, modifiers and season resets. What are these modifiers? How have you not answered this? Leave us to ramp up gameplay challenges far beyond what any permanent mechanics would allow, thus avoiding long-term consequences. Sure. How will the introduction of seasonal characters affect the PvP? Seasonal characters will only be able to matchmake with other seasonal characters at an appropriate power level or accounting for the level. What modifiers will work in... Will modifiers work both in PvE and PvP? Modifiers are PvE exclusive. Did I miss it? Modifiers. Okay, so... a layer of excitement since modifiers, not an explanation of modifiers. Awesome experience in the season through manhunts and modifiers, not an explanation of modifiers in there or what they are. Progression and modifiers in their current state. Again, no explanation of modifiers in that answer. Capitalize on features such as gameplay and modifiers and seasonal items. Again, no explanation of what the modifiers are. Will feature unique seasonal modifiers that affect both players and NPCs. Again, in this answer, there is no answer to what modifiers are. Additionally, modifiers and season resets provide levers. Okay, yeah, again. And then, yeah, will modifiers will work both in PvE and PvP? Modifiers are PvE. What are I might quit the game over this. Jesus Christ. Will seasonal characters have a separate DZ? Yeah, so actually, yeah, you can use your seasonal characters now to likely DZ farm
Entering safe area.
with a little smaller player pool. How will matchmaking change with the introduction of seasonal character? Will only be able to matchmake with other seasonal characters at an appropriate power level, accounting for the level playing field the seasonal reset brings. So yeah, they are like hardcore. They have their own things. How do you plan to balance seasonal and non-seasonal instances? If old gear aligns with a seasonal theme, we may rebalance and revamp it. Any changes that are deemed appropriate would also be applied to non-seasonal gear and maintain a balance between seasonal modifiers and seasonal gear. We encourage players to find powerful builds for each season. Division 2 team. Stop. Just stop. God damn it, guys. They managed to piss me off more with their Q&A than the seasonal characters. So yeah, what did we learn? Modifiers. What are we modifying? Modifiers. How are you modifying things? Modifiers. But what are these modifiers? They modify. That's what's in their name. They're modifiers. Yeah. That was bad. That was horrendous. As always, their communication is horrendous. They do so much more damage with their communication than actually like some of the bad choices that they make. We do now know at least that the seasonal character is a slot. You get one extra slot. Likely you could even, if you're skipping seasonal character, or well, I mean, why would you? You would want to at least have a seasonal character. But yeah, that character is at least an extra character slot. But yeah, you have to delete it likely for each season. So yeah. I didn't get the one that I wanted, but. And yeah, they're so bad in there. Just explain what modifiers are. Like, how do you keep using a word over and over again without defining it? Especially if it's that if it's that core to your seasons. What are modifiers? Is it just active directives the whole season or something? Like, just and also, so it's still unclear. Is gear tied? Or is the new brands and stuff? I mean, sounds like it because they're talking about talents having to be added at the seasonal character level to your library, so it goes into your main character. Is gear being tied into seasonal characters? Because that's not what the initial thing was, or like the initial talk about had anything about that. I wouldn't say the game will be dead in the next season. That's going a little bit too far. We still don't know. They might still make some cool things, because even if it's seasonal characters, if they actually go like what are those modifiers? We still have to speculate basically. But if they lock some stuff out or just go like, because that's what their last sentence and stuff was, it's just like you have to find the powerful builds of the season and stuff. So do we only get maybe the seasonal brands and stuff? That would be funny. Just you have literally one brand and one gear set. And just try to find out what they. That wasn't live special reward. Chad will always be. Although if they did this in the live thing, somebody at the end could go with a question of like, "What are modifiers? Could you explain?" And then they could have done that. Like this one's horrendous just because of that. Like they keep using the word modifiers and not explaining what modifiers are. They expanded just basically we don't know how the character slot is going to work. Like that's really the only thing that came out of that. Indeed, fucking idiots. As long as I make a new raid and a new incursion. Well, raid not per se, because raid, like, just people don't care enough about raids. But incursion, yeah, incursion is well received. They might as well like do more of them. Yeah, that's the thing. Still, like it depends on the final implementation, and they still haven't really explained to us what modifiers are. Like if modifiers is that we have access to just a few gear sets and a few brand sets. Figure out the best setup of this. I would already enjoy that. Like I would be perfectly fine with that. Since giving people faster leveling, you probably start at 0. Yeah, I mean that's basically. Yeah. a given at this point. We start at 0 and SHG level, but they also just need to like just outright say it. Like that question was horrendous. Like that needed to start with, do you get your SHG watch? Which, but just like, yes, and it works like this. Just going off on a tangent and then kind of answering it in the last sentence is like, who is doing their communication? Because if like I work for a company, we have like promotion and stuff like that. If somebody worked for me or like, well, under me, not work for me, I just supervise them, and they did this bad of a job, I would actually like take them aside and go like, okay, this is how you do communication. You try to make it clearer, not less clear. Like this every season I'm just gonna power level this on max, so I even have the leveling part at all. I mean, the way they're talking about it is there's also like story and stuff in that part, or you can also already do the manhunt and stuff while leveling. But even then, like that doesn't really affect the like that doesn't really work in a game like Division where gear is the only modifiers. So and indeed, like what are those season modifiers? And they likely do know already, but because at this point it's like, do we only have AKs? do we like, you have two, we only have the specific weapon damage brands and just like 3 of the gear sets or something like that? Is it just kind of like a global event that is always active? Modifiers could literally mean anything. You need to kind of either direct this kind of into like, this is what we're thinking about if you're not sure yet, or just outright say the first one so we have an understanding of what it means. You know, like, hey, this season, no ARs. No ARs, no SMGs, no LMGs. Everybody has to click a lot. Stuff like that. We need to know. Like, we can't base our decision on this, because I would still be perfectly fine with this as long as well, so the way that it's sounding now like is that the seasonal gear or like the new season's gear and brand is locked out till the end of the season. Like, don't do that. Just put the manhunt on the seasonal character. The gear is much more relevant to main characters and stuff, and it's not like I'm already, so it's kind of like this, like even on these characters and stuff. I haven't done the season. I've done the season on like the main character on each account or this. I don't care much about this. This could be on a seasonal character for all I care. But then you have to be clear. So they're already talking global events are still on there. They didn't say anything about League. And yeah, we need those to be on normal characters. And then also, yeah, the seasonal gear and stuff needs to be there. And then just, yeah, you have a seasonal character, you have to spend, 30 hours on them or something to get them through the manhunt. I'd be fine with that. Like, I have no issues with that. Indeed, modifiers? Modify. What are modifiers? They modify the modifications of the modicity of the modicity of the modicity. Yeah. You make them modify their communications. Yeah, they need to modify their communications. They have AI. They currently have the modifier of AI based. Chat GPT modifier is on. They need to turn that off and just hire a person to actually write it clearly. They don't have them worked out. Yeah, that's fine. Like, that's fine that they don't have them worked out yet or finalized, but still give us an idea. Give us like the concept. What are we talking? Don't just go, modifiers. are changing from 200 votes and 3, but yeah, and that's the thing as well. I'd be okay with it if it's already something else than the current manons, because I don't really care for them. I still do them, but more so to just get the comms and stuff like that. I'd be okay with that being on a different character where it's a little bit more controlled, and you know, while you're leveling or something, you get specific projects of doing like this mission and you get a thing and while you're leveling. I'd be okay with that. Like, I'm not against seasonal characters as a whole. It still doesn't meet one of the things that I was talking about is, yeah, what I don't like about seasonal characters is at the end of it, they kind of just turn into, you know, a badge or something, or an achievement, or, you know, in this game will be commendation. I don't like that. In this case, we still need to delete that character at the end of the season. At least all of its SHG levels and stuff gets fed back into the main account. So I'm kind of a little bit more okay with that. And yeah, we could likely even farm SHD hard on them. It's by the sound of things. Run a mission backwards. Exactly. We start at Tidal and we go back to Grand Washington. Like, in inverse order. Do we have to pay for the seasonal care? No, that's all going to be free. In Diablo, it's free as well, right? I don't remember ever. I did it like once in Diablo 3. And the I guess HD expensive. Yeah. We need to know what modifiers are. So I'm reserving judgment till we know that. I want to make something similar to PoE leaks. Yeah, I haven't ever tried out Path of Exile's leak things, but backpack talent not worth it. Yeah, the backpack talent on it is. I went into that with the chance crit damage variant, because that's it won't work with the headhunter variant anyway. Vigilance has basically the same amount, but continuously. So even though you can of course lose vigilance, but I would still pick it over the backpack just because the uptime of the talent is bad. So we even with that Q&A, I still have questions. So they still need to explain what modifiers are going to be for the season. If gear is locked behind it, it seems to be now that the seasonal gear is behind it. Those two answers really will make me have a final, like, because now actually I'm not pro them much anymore. Because yeah, they were talking about retaining your character. That was a lie. So that turned out to be a lie. You get to retain the character. You just need to delete that slot again for the next season after it. Which does not like that's. I'm not a native English speaker, but that's not what retain means. Let's grab from the stash this weapon and this weapon. Because yeah, let's actually do the thing that I was gonna do, which is to record a short video, an in-depth look into the headhunter variants of this, just to have done it. Because I want to do that and then do League and stuff. Modify your expectations, exactly. Have you considered, what have you modified today? Just instead of just do it, just modify it. Yeah. I'm calling it modifiers. Exactly. Yeah. They should just call the season modifiers. The season that seasons 2 comes out, they should just call it modifiers. I feel at this point, the first modifiers, going from the first rogue to the first modifiers. And hey, Pamik. Yeah. So actually, because we got sidetracked by that whole thing, let me make sure that the hard disk is still spooled up. Good thing I checked, because it definitely isn't anymore. Also, yeah, for those wanting to read where that was, let me actually link it, because Because maybe if enough people read it, somebody will find somewhere where they put the modifiers. But I'll put that in chat. It's also, yeah, it's on some, like it's on the official Discord and stuff in that link. But yeah, that's the link to this thing that I was reading. I got some info regarding seasonal characters. Yeah, it didn't clear up much though. Well, the only thing we do now know is it is one singular extra character slot that you have to use for that seasonal character, and then yeah, you still have to then delete it every season. Which is kind of my issue with other games as well. So I'm kind of, yeah, so for me it's an issue in this game as well. We get to retain at least its SHD level and stuff. This game having SHD levels as a mechanic, so at least, you know, those SHD levels get fed back into here, so. But I don't care enough about the SHD levels to begin with. Oh yeah, no, we have new stupid questions, and most of them are around the modifiers. What are modifiers? Because they keep talking about modifiers without saying what they are, as if we know, you know. It's like, yeah, just modifiers. What do you mean? No, just modifiers. What are the no, just modifiers. What, you don't know what modifiers are? What are you, 4? She's like, look at this guy. This guy doesn't know what modifiers are. What? This guy, get out of here. Yeah, it's weird. So little that, yeah, it does look like that. Yeah, that's the way they word about the talent. Well, you can get the talents into your library. That's what they're talking about. So that likely means that the seasonal talent and gear is tied to that. Which I mean, we can maybe still get them to change their mind. I think it's true that players can retain the seasonal character for those of us with suit. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, but that doesn't align with retain. Because eventually you'll have enough seasons where, you know, you don't retain them anymore. Once you have, you know, you have one main character, you can do 4 seasons, going up to, you know, the other 4 character slots, and then but what I might do actually is, before doing the seasonal stuff, or I might do the seasonal stuff partially and then maybe delete that character. I might do like the first week of it and then just use that slot for a hardcore character on my main account, and then go back to seasonal character like after I get it killed. Because what it sounds like is that character slot is just the character slot. So I might actually not even start with seasonal character on my main account, because yeah, there I would really enjoy to do a hardcore character and then do maybe a hardcore raid. I never got the hardcore raid commendation. I would love to get that one on main account, and then I could actually even maybe go do the raids with people that kind of know all of the, how to get all of the achievements, all of the commendations from it. And because I'm not too far off of having, you know, the full commendation list. Because yeah, it's just a bunch of the raid ones, a few of the new descent ones, which I'm just going to get over time anyway, and I wouldn't mind. Balance. Well, they were kind of talking about seasonal, like also having seasonal changes that are just for the season. So they might nerf strikers just in there, and then see about maybe bringing it back to the main game. Yeah. No, you can. I believe you can do either. I know some people that have gotten it with Iron Horse just because they wanted it to do it with Iron Horse, but there's no reason not to do Dark Hours. Dark Hours is much more easy, much more consistent. Yeah, let's. I'm keep getting sidetracked. We're already an hour in and haven't even started on this thing. Guys, let's take this over here. Let's equip the diamond back. Photo mode. Actually, no, I need to have the diamond back on my back. Should maybe dual character it, but also, yeah, let's not put too much time in there. Because we have this one, and then we go into here. Yes. Let's do an intro real quick, and then we'll go from there. We start there and we pan up. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do this quickly. And today I'm gonna, yeah, they're trying to think how to do the intros for these, but oh, that was the hard disk back down again. Let's delete that one because I will have like a thing at the start. Yeah, let's start again. Hi, I'm IKEA, and for today's video, we're going to have an in-depth look, this time into the Headhunter variants of both Breaking Point and also one new variant that I've been playing around with. That's a lot, I guess. Let's not do that. One take, yeah, nope. Good guess. Let's. I need a modifier for it. I needed to modify it. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was too many ums and ahs. Let's keep it that. Let's and to a minimum. Hi, I'm IKEA, and for today's video, we're going to have an in-depth look into the Headhunter variants of Breaking Point builds. We'll go over what works the best in the slots that you have available to you, going over Chainkiller and Overlord, or even pairing it, of course, with things like the Gift. We'll go over their numbers. Also, there is a new setup that we can kind of reach with a high-end variant with a ninja bike. Actually, the first ninja bike build I've added to the build collection ever, with rifles as well, as that has become available now due to Zvia coming into the game as well. We'll go over some of their numbers. Also, we'll go over the Ninja Bike backpack version of the Marksman rifle Headhunter. That one includes, of course, the one with the mix of having Hotshot in back in the day, last season, having Hotshot, having Aces and Eights, and having Araldi with the Chainkiller, and Hotshot, of course, and Habsburg. That setup has, of course, gotten one new piece in the terms of Breaking Point for it. So we'll go into what we can do there. So yeah, let's go over these new Headhunters. A little messy, but yeah, I'm fine with it. Although I also now realize, actually, I was going to call this Rifles Headhunters compared, but how a part of it is not. I might actually just call it 221 Headhunters. Yeah, that's a better name, maybe. Read some of the question. Don't forget to pin the shit there. Oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave that. Or actually, yeah, no, maybe I should. I wasn't gonna do it just because I was like, might go quick, and also might do it before, it's filled up. But we got sidetracked, so yeah, it's kind of filled up now. So just might not be a bad idea. Recording some footage to modify a video on YouTube later. I'll do that and then pin this for a little bit. I'll also pin it in here. for enemies that have Ragers on. No, actually I don't. And yeah, that is something I want to look into, but it's beyond the scope of what I'm gonna get into with this. Because yeah, we do need to actually know how much Ragers is, because I don't actually know either. Shouldn't be too hard to figure out though. One thing I do already know is, yeah, definitely, for instance, that Headhunter was using earlier, the high-end one, that hits for like 6 point something. Ragers is more than that on a purple. So on the second shot, if they have Ragers, we need to not hit them. But so we have this one, and then we have the zoomed in variant. Yeah. Because yeah, we'll start with this BP stuff. Then we'll do that on third character. Yeah, and then we'll go, yeah, that was the order of things. Yeah. And what we're going to discuss today is mostly based on this spreadsheet, which will be linked down below as well, of course, as always, so that you can look at it for your own self and also get your own conclusions out of it. But also, I'm going to interpret it here. It is, of course, a little bit tiny here. We're going to zoom in a second. But first, let's actually discuss what set of builds we're going to talk about. And that is actually this third one in it. We'll actually zoom in. But it's the third set of numbers down here, as we have a BP, a breaking point, and in different versions here, and also being compared to each other in here. Although, of course, we have the numbers of the hotshot variants up here. These were already used a little while ago by me with the hotshot, with it having been pre-stacked for the hotshot, for some of the numbers, comparing chain killer and also different versions of how to set up hotshot with either chain killer plus gift or Araldi plus gift, or going chain killer plus Araldi, which is my preferred setup, or even the two-piece Habsburg with the buffs pre-stacked and kind of what their numbers were with the SR1 at grade 25. And also we even compared it to a Ninja Bike variant where we had Walker and Harris and Araldi in there just to compare those numbers with them. We also back then had 3 builds down here, which were the Chinkle Araldi without the pre-stacking, so going from the first shot with Vigilance and Bloodsucker, so different backpack talents and seeing how those affected it. Then we had also a bunch of marksman-based Ninja Bike builds. Today we're going to mostly go over the breaking point and how its headhunter setups will work. We'll also go over, indeed, that Ninja Bike, as we have 2 new additions here in different variants, replacing different parts of that other variant. I'll show the build when we get to it. And then also at the end here, there is a high-end rifle headhunter, and then it has a TT-ish, which is a tech tank-ish. We'll go over a build that will likely become the next build showcase towards the end, and everything will be timestamped down below, of course. If we go into the game, the build we'll be discussing today is breaking point in 4 pieces, and then different variants of, or different combinations of basically Chain Killer, Overlord, and then also the Gift. Overlord, of course, has the rifle damage, so Chain Killer, of course, has perfect Headhunter, Gift has perfect Vigilance, and Headshot. Usually we go through all of them just because the Gift, for instance, does alter the first shot, but then you usually end up with a lower max shot if you're, for instance, going Chain Killer plus Gift. That usually has a better first shot and a worse cap shot, as expected, of course, as Headshot does not go into the Headhunter calculation, but weapon damage does. But Headshot does affect the first shot more so than the 10 rifle damage here. If we go into that spreadsheet and scroll down a little bit, just because we'll be looking at the breaking point variants. So this initial one is the version of of this build with Chain Killer and an Overlord. And then also with 2 different weapons. So the main weapon I've ended up using with this build is especially this grade 26 Diamondback. It is 26. I should have actually stopped at 25 to maybe make it a little bit more, as other weapons are 25 in there. One grade isn't going to make that much of a difference. We're also going to look at one version of the 1886 with Determined, but Determined doesn't really work with this build. The one thing that, of course, we have is that if we're firing, when we swap a weapon from one slot to the other and then back, or we don't even have to wait for the other slot to come all the way back out. We can reload. We're using that reload mechanic, and that reload mechanic actually does break Headhunter, because if I have Headhunter and I go to a different weapon, I'm back. In the same time, Determined gets dropped. So you can't use that reloading mechanic and Determined together. So it's not a good fit. I've also I've been enjoying this build a little bit with Diamondback, as it is pretty powerful. It did receive a buff to have the same base weapon damage for both the same as the 1886. It also has 8 rounds now, so that is actually pretty powerful. Let's go back to the numbers in here, and that's this for first 2. So the first 2 are the Chain Killer with Overlord. The second one here is with the 1886. That is the change there. Then we're going into a Chain Killer Overlord with Bloodsucker. So we're giving up Vigilance for Bloodsucker. Bloodsucker is a really good talent, but also a stand-in for basically all of the non-vigilance talents. So if you were to want to use anything else here as a backpack talent, although I can't think of one non-damage talents quickly other than Bloodsucker that you would want to use here, but just as a stand-in, what happens when you give up the backpack. Then also going Overlord Chest and then Memento. So within the game as well, I went out of my way and got an Overlord Chest, because for some setups we do want to try that out also later on with the gift, as I actually forgot to grab that quickly from my stash, as I thought I had actually kept it on the character, but yeah. So if we were to go Overlord Chest here together with a Memento Backpack with a Headshot, of course, here as a third set, and then also charging the Memento all the way up. What numbers do we get there? And then also going variations in between Chain Killer and Gift, and then Overlord Chest plus Gift, because we have all those options too. Try out just to see what those numbers are. But we actually start off with just the Chain Killer and Overlord with Vigilance with the Diamondback. What we start off with is this first shot being 6.5 million. Now, there are a few important points that you kind of want to reach with a weapon. One of them is at around 3 million-ish, you can one-shot red. Around 6.5 million-ish, you can one-shot purple, especially assaulters and such. Of course, rushers and snipers have less armor and health combined. And then LMGs generally have more. And then you have stuff like warhounds and stuff, of course, that have completely different ones. But especially for grenadiers and assaulters, it's around that level. And then you have also 10 million, which is for elites. That is when you can start one-shotting elites. The assaulters and the grenadiers, and then 20 million-ish for around the 20 million mark. You can also start one-shotting names, which can be quite handy, of course. So, for instance, if you compare this, we have a first shot of 6.5, which is enough for purple. Then a second shot of 15, which is enough for elites, and this then includes also with 15 million being so much higher than the 10 million needed for elites. It is enough for actually one-shotting an elite LMG. And then it caps out at 21. Now, this is with the Diamondback and with its crit chance active. So this is 3 fast shots right after each other. In actual gameplay, you might actually have a mark on the second person that you're shooting. That will actually bump the second shot up by quite a bit, because you're getting a second 20% amp on that shot. Whenever you're shooting a target that is marked by the Diamondback, you're actually getting a 20% amp on it, meaning that this number, the second number, can also be quite a bit higher if you're waiting in between it. If you're storing this shot basically and then making this shot. So in this case, this is 2 shots quickly after each other while the buff was still up. Just to have a more consistent level instead of, I feel it's a little bit cherry picky to go with the other one. But we can actually reach a little bit higher than these numbers. But all three numbers are basically fine for a Headhunter build. Now, if we compare them, for instance, of course, to a Chainkiller Araldi, a hot shot, the Chainkiller Araldi on the first shot can start with a purple in the same way. On the second shot, especially because, of course, on the second shot, the hot shot buff is active, then you can actually, on the second shot, just one shot unnamed. That is quite the difference, a very noticeable one. You really do notice that a marksman-based Headhunter really is a lot more powerful. But that doesn't mean that rifles are meaningless for Headhunter, because they do acquire a lot faster. So the time when you're ADSing, how fast, especially after running or such, how fast it becomes pinpoint accurate is a lot faster. Then also we have the thing that we can use shields. Now, especially with the Memento version, for instance, that we have here, we can have a 2-tier shield pretty easily. And that does make a difference, because that is one main difference between using marksman rifles and rifles is you do get to use things like shield. You can be a lot more mobile because of that, because you can poke out with a shield instead of, for instance, being in cover. With a hot shot, especially, you kind of also want to be in cover. Rifles also have a lot more initial ammo. When we have, for instance, in this season, we have the low ammo modifier, the low ammo directive. That one affects rifles a lot less, especially slow firing rifles, a lot less than marksman rifles, although it's not a big issue because all of these also have the sharpshooter specialization. So as long as they're in cover, they're recovering. If we actually then compare first, before we go into the Memento one, so we have the Chainkiller with the Chainkiller plus Overlord backpack with Vigilance. Both of them with the different weapons, and then the second one being with the 1886. The 1886 doesn't have enough for a purple starting out, especially if it's not marked. I do have to note here, you do need to have the purple marked for this purple, for this 6.5 million shot that we have here. And that's just enough for a purple. So yeah, if the purple isn't marked, you can't actually take the shot on him and actually kill him. Which can sometimes be annoying, of course, but you can always weapon swap to and back from the Diamondback to acquire a new target, and if there's a red around, you definitely can still one-shot them. Then it goes to 11 million here, and then to 20 million for the cap shot with the 1886 with grade 25. The second shot being 11 million means that you can actually use this, for instance, for and then just take the reload and then use this for activities and such, because you can still kill most elites with this 11 million on the second shot. So you do need to start on a red specifically, basically, and then you can go to a purple or elite. Then we have the Bloodsucker version. This basically always falls down 20%. We have the same amount upstairs when we compare the Chainkiller or the MMR versions, even with or without the pre-stacking from Hotshot active there. It basically just drops down 20% across the board. And this is still workable. This is again with the Diamondback. We have 5.2 million on the first shot. That's not going to be enough to kill a purple at all, unless it is a rusher or a sniper. But with the second shot, you can consistently kill elites and above. So this is still very much workable, especially if you're doing activities and such where there is a large amount of reds available as well. The thing is, though, the second you're dropping down to not having that one shot on a purple, what that means as well is, for instance, with control points, solo heroic, you always have a purple, one singular purple, and then the rest is elite. So you do need to actually have the first shot be able to kill a purple, preferably. You can, of course, two-shot him and then go to an elite from that point on. But once you take that first shot, they're going to scatter and such. If you can start on a purple before combat really starts, kill the purple in one shot, then go to elites, which, for instance, the hot shots can do. That is quite the difference. That just feels so much better. The Bloodsucker variant, of course, then has the bonus armor from Bloodsucker. That is actually works pretty well, keeping you alive. As you do stack up a lot of kills, you have Bloodsucker pretty full up. You have a chunk of extra buffer before you hit your health gate. So Bloodsucker isn't a bad option, especially if you're pretty aggressive with your build, which you can be a little bit more, I feel, with these going with Diamondback. Then yeah, if we go into that Overlord Memento setup with the Memento stacked up to 30, on the first shot we don't have enough for purple on the 5.5. Second shot can be an elite or up, but the third shot as well, same with the Bloodsucker actually, is a solo that you can't actually one-shot unnamed. That's the reason why I wouldn't actually, while I have enjoyed the breaking point setup just to run around with, and then just using the breaking point as just a reload mechanic basically, which is maybe a little bit underutilizing the gear set, but works pretty well just because you don't have to take that horrendously long reload of 1886 or Diamondback. With this, I wouldn't really take it up against control points, because when you take it against control points, you're guaranteed a name. Well, if you're doing control point 4s, heroic control points, then it kind of feels awkward because you'll always lose your stack at the end, meaning that you don't have it ready for the defense wave once you trigger them. And it just feels a little bit awkward. That's also why I wouldn't per se use these for bounties or such, where a hotshot would fit in much better. But for activities and such, just having the much more aggressive playstyle of rifles over marksman rifles, even unscoped marksman rifles feels a lot worse than just a rifle without a scope on it. Lastly, we can kind of look at a Chainkiller plus gift and Overlord plus gift. So here both we're still, with the Overlord, of course, we're putting Headhunter on just an Overlord piece on the chest, and then both of them have the gift backpack. And there is actually an important one here, because I might actually, as I have the build picture, as this build did get added actually to the build collection. I'll zoom out here a little bit. As it's 1.11, the variants as well are in there with also the Overlord chest with the gift and Memento with the Overlord chest. There is actually, I feel, a little bit of value if we go back to our numbers here. There is actually a little bit of a value to going Overlord plus gift. This is 6.8. Would let this, for instance, be a grade 24 or a grade 20 weapon. This Diamondback is, of course, 26. 26, if you add 25 and you have that, if you're completely an endgame player, like that is, of course, achievable. But this at grade 20 would still be a one-shot kill on the first purple. That actually does make a big difference, because this one, if you drop it to the initial one, the Chainkiller plus Overlord, if you drop it to grade 20, it actually can't start on a purple, even if it is marked. So there is actually here the one time that we actually want to push our first shot a little bit higher. With it being an Overlord chest, though, instead of the Chainkiller, as we have it there with the Chainkiller plus gift, or against the initial one, which is all of these percentages are comparing against, we do actually, on the second shot, we do lose quite a bit, although actually this percentage, there's something wrong with this percentage. I will fix that up before we go through, but we can just see that the number is lower. Or actually, no, this is the second shot. That's what I was looking at. This is the first shot, of course. It's first shot, it's 2% higher. That's what we're doing it here for. I was kind of side glancing and not paying attention. But the second shot, we're dropping 10%. That's fine, though, because we're still 13 million. This is still enough to deal with most elites, even the LMG elites. And then our cap is still respectable at that 21 million, but still, of course, less than if we were running Chainkiller plus Overlord. That is the thing. Usually when you're going with the gift, also on hotshot builds, you're kind of dropping your first shot a little bit up, and your last shot is dropping a little bit down. Yeah, that is the kind of going over the breaking point setups. I think actually I will go with the Overlord plus gift as actually I don't have the gift here, but with a gift backpack, I think that setup works the best, because you could do that even with a grade 20 Diamondback. Let's move on to the Ninja Bike setups for marksman builds. Kind of looked at the complete wrong thing there. I was very confused for a few seconds. How long was that? That felt really long. That was 17 minutes. That's fine. I mean, that's not fine, but that's fine. I ramble. We discussed a bunch of stuff. So, yeah. So what I need to do now is Actually, I should have totally grabbed this Overlord as well, totally. Good. Let's put it back to normal though. Let's also put these back. Let's load the loadout. Oh yeah, so we need to put a breaking point glove and then roll the aces and eights knee pad in here. Yeah, let's go to character number 3. Like a fully stacked, I can solo elites in heroic, not if they have Rager. Rager. So for on the elites, that second shot is still enough if it's 13 million and above. I'm not actually sure how much Ragers adds, but we could definitely figure that out. It hasn't been a thing for the last 3 seasons, so feel ever like I kind of remembered back then, but I've by this point already forgotten. Character 3. That's where we're going. That was sometimes for close one shots on and. Interesting. I mean, yeah, but.
Safe area detected.
That is not the playstyle of that thing. You're not in close range. It's not a. It's not a. It's not gonna be in those ranges if you're doing it kind of right. I mean, yeah, you could always swap to a Nemesis, even if you really want to. So. I'm mostly just on the shots itself because I find myself even if I have a shotgun outside of a headhunt or like the Headhunter's Fury, I'd rather just do it with the main weapon and take 2 shots instead of that swap. Let's take breaking point. Let's take aces and eights. Huge shoot. That one's still in our inventory. What's that? What did we take as the base thing? I think that's right. Sharpshooter here. I'll actually put it together. Annoyingly, ongoing directive and hotshot basically look the same, so that they just merge together for me. Yeah. And then, sorry. Let's try this with a SR1 grade 25. Actually, likely still have that one. But yeah, good to see you as well, Rossi. And so have you been finding the season so far? And the seasonal stuff. All the hubbub about it. I'm gonna presenting it like this. Or well actually, yeah. One last piece, of course. Dreaded piece. This is for honor. I would approve this. 5 pieces headshot with Ninja Wake. Is the metata indeed? Exactly. Well, now the metata is now 5 pieces of breaking point with a Ninja Wake. Do some testing and then comment in the room. No. I will actually likely look at the Ragers again with Headhunter, because yeah, actually I don't know off the top. But also one thing you can do is actually have Ragers in the range here, and you could just creep up your damage a little bit and by a little bit by just blue cording and red cording and see where it exactly lands. Because actually Ragers does apply to these enemies, and it is actually there. Like if you're shooting stuff in here, it does get ragered. It's funny. And annoying. Chance will mark that purple for the first shot. Yeah, and that's also why. Well, I just wouldn't take this breaking point thing, or well, not this one, but the other one we had earlier, at all for control points. It's much more for activities. Which, I mean, is still a fine thing, because activities, like, you can do the hot shots for the, I would much rather not use hot shot for activities, because it isn't as fast paced playable as like the breaking point one. But even then, like the breaking point one really more competes with Hunter's Fury Headhunter. Like, it's much more in that kind of gameplay style. But it's actually kind of in the middle of the two. So I feel that is its niche. I will hang on to it and just have it. It does have a little bit of a niche where it can be a little bit more long range than the Headhunter's Fury and still have a shield. And the hot shot just can hit so much harder and works much better for control points, which is also a lot more controlled, where activities is a lot less controlled. But yeah, let's discuss this thing. Actually, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah. For this middle one, let me catch up here. Personally, it's something I'll enjoy more than the current season system. Oh yeah, sure. Why do you need to start from level 1? Yeah, that's indeed a little bit weird. Although the way they're talking about it now, they're also putting in some basically seasonal content that's available from whenever you start. So, but that also is weird, because that means that they have to make it super simple, because they can't, like, you can't guarantee that people are gearing correctly or whatever, because, you know, if you're at level 10, you just have whatever you have. Okay, yeah. Well, the ninja bike we're gonna talk about, or yeah, the ninja bike setup is this one. We have one more good bonus now. Although this, and then this version, and then well, actually this version. Let's actually put it like this. But yeah, then weapon handling here. Because this actually now looks a little bit better. But there's gonna be one build at the end here I'm gonna talk about, which is actually my new toy that I kind of like. Yeah, let's go here and let's actually talk about this thing. And to continue on, we're gonna go into ninja territories. We're you know, going up against the old. That's. I had an idea where that sentence went, but actually thinking about it, that sentence goes nowhere. Let's try it. And yeah, we're gonna head into some ninja territories. Hopefully we don't, you know, get stabbed in our sleep from behind by some people dressed all in blacks. Yeah, here we're comparing. There was already a setup for using Ninja Bike for Headhunter builds, which a lot of people seem to like. I wasn't one of them. I still am not really one of them. But it is undeniable that we have enough good bonuses now. During the PTS, I actually included one version that we discussed about, because we do have one more with breaking point. We have a 25 marksman rifle damage bonus available as a 2-piece. So if we stick this in with the Ninja Bike, we get a 25 marksman damage. In there, actually, what I did is I had a chain killer and I had an Iraldi piece, and we replaced the aces and eights piece, which was 15 marksman damage, with a breaking point, which is 25 marksman damage. So we just gained basically against the old version 10 marksman damage. One person brought up that what you could do as well, of course, is to not replace the aces and eights piece with a breaking point, but to replace the chain killer with it, because then your first shot, of course, goes up, but you don't have perfect chain killer anymore. Here we have Araldi chest. This is actually from the third drone hybrid headhunter that was a build showcase not too long ago, one that I do really enjoy. That's why it has skill damage here. For the purposes here, this would need to be with weapon handling, would be weapon handling, headshot, and then headhunter. But for the purposes of our testing, that weapon handling doesn't really matter here. So we're just see this as just, not existing. And then we have this new setup available to us for marksmen, which is, to have a Habsburg, to have that two-piece Habsburg here again as well. Not a maxed out piece. The weapon handling doesn't really matter, but just for testing purposes here. The stats that do matter are maxed out. And in this case, a hotshot piece, an aces and eight, a breaking point. All three of those giving pretty hefty marksman rifle bonuses. Same for Habsburg, also having been increased to 20 last season. And then, Araldi instead of chain killer, and also having both versions actually still available here. So we're comparing them here to a non-stacked hotshot, so with chain killer Araldi, not the Habsburg variant per se, because I feel this is kind of more of a contender against those kind of builds. If you have the two-piece Habsburg variant for hotshot, you can do things that none of these builds can do, which is to, if you have the hotshot buff active, if you're on the second shot or if you're on the fourth shot or further, you can start on an elite. No other setup in here does that with an SR1. Without the SR1, with a chain killer Araldi with a high enough graded model 700, you can do the same, but SR1 feels a lot more comfortable. Then we have the old version, so that is then not with breaking point in there. The breaking point didn't exist back then. This is that older variant. This started with 7 million, still enough to shoot an purple in one shot and murder them. The second shot is enough for any elite, and it did have enough of a cap to kill named. We even tested it against, as these are also used in past in-depth kind of things, which were the Ninja Bike variant, but using three pieces of hotshot to still have the hotshot buff up, just so we could also compare it to the other ones with the hotshot buff up. And that also was adequate. The thing was that this was at the edge of being able to one-shot a purple. Now, for instance, for this season as well, we have Ragers. This 6.7 would not be enough to one-start on a purple that is Ragered, but also it would be very weird for a purple to be Ragered and you're starting on them because, you should be, the first shot should be without Ragers being active yet. And anyway, went into 17 million and then 24, that's all fine. Now we have these two new variants. So the first one is the one that we discussed in the PTS, basically, where I didn't consider removing Chain Killer yet. I was still going with Perfect. So that had Chain Killer, and then Araldi was still in there instead of the aces and eights. And that setup, back then, we got ourselves a decent setup where, we're starting at 7.2. So this, even with a low graded SR1, would be enough that you could drop a little bit of grading on the SR1 and still start on a purple. And setup wise, it is actually decently easy to get because it is three pieces that are red scored already on the gear sets. You would just need to find one piece of Habsburg to put into here that you would need to recore. All of those things aren't that hard. A chain killer is, of course, is pretty easy to get, but it's not significantly easier either than getting just a hotshot build together. Its three numbers are perfectly fine. The second shot is enough for, almost enough even for an elite, or for named, even much more than enough for an elite, and its cap shot is much more than needed for an named. Now we have this final version, this last one in this list, and that is actually this one, which I would actually consider the better version as well. Going with Araldi instead of Chain Killer, we do get instead of having also 5 weapon damage and then 5 DTA, we're getting 10 marksman rifle damage and also 15 headshot as bonuses. We are, of course, losing that second shot bonus that Perfect Headhunter has. Instead of getting an additional 150%, we're getting an additional 125%. But all of those still line up decently well enough that, you can lose a little bit of grading. Actually, there's not too much big of a difference between its first shot. Its second shot is, of course, much lower, but actually its third shot is a little bit higher. And especially having this first shot be a little bit higher, I find that, yeah, you can drop even more grading on this SR1 and go to like 10. And still, even though this doesn't seem like much damage difference, it does make a difference, actually, for how much grading you need for that first shot to be effective at killing a purple. I think that there is some value to a build like this, as we've gone over. I personally prefer the bonuses that a full hotshot has, as yeah, you do get the healing and you do get the bonus armor if you're at full armor, and you also get that reloading mechanic, letting you chain shots a lot more easily. I'm perfectly fine with 4 pieces of hotshot, and that's my preferred one still as well, out of all of these hotshots. But this one, if we just compare it, for instance, to that just chain killer RLD plus vigilance, we're getting a lot closer to it now. And then what you have here as well is that you have a blue core and a yellow core. So you are a little bit more tanky. If you're using your skills right, you might have a little bit more, for instance, pulse, or a little bit longer duration on a recon drone. But that is still one of the things with this. I feel this blue core and this yellow core on this ninja bike are still kind of wasted because you can't effectively use them. But there is actually a new addition to the build collection that I have, and we'll go look at that. And I'm using a ninja bike there as well. But in this case for rifles, and then with rifles, I feel you can get a lot more bang for your buck. Let's go look at that build. So I couldn't find the stop button there. Put these pieces back and also get them back to their characters. And yeah, we're just gonna quickly go discuss the rifle headhunter, and we'll end it there. Let's get all these into the stash. This one as well, actually. No, it's it. Load her a normal build, even though nobody can inspect me. It's not gonna load up a normal build. I'm just quickly gonna pull those pieces back because the chain killer needs to go back to character 4. Those two breaking point and stuff, and then we're gonna character swap. Actually, for that little bit, I'll pull it back here just so you have the chat up if need be.
Safe area entered.
With the sense that I'm not sure the devs understand how bad state of 130 build system currently in. Oh, well, they're talking about being a faster system or being faster to level through, so kind of depends on how that ends up, I feel, or at least for me personally, like that's a big part of the did I not put the Walker and Harris piece in here? I think it didn't. Oh. I mean, well, I can actually just try to load this build, and if it says item missing, yeah. He wasn't wearing it, of course. We didn't make it wear. Let's grab that real quick and put it in, because I know if I don't, I'll forget and it'll be a mess. It's going to major issues with the realized gear since the recall station and everything again. Going to be shared with our mains and enemy.
Safe area detected.
34 Sentinel, yeah. Also, just by virtue of, we need, my biggest question still is, having read their thingy, is what is modifiers? What we modifying? as I read through it earlier on stream as well, but it was very much just, what are modifiers? Is it gear? Is it weapons? Is it literally like, okay, this season, no ARs, no SMGs, no LMGs. Everybody's clicking. No strikers. Is it like, because they're also talking about kind of like balance type almost changes. Are they just gonna nerf strikers for a season, that being a modifier? Because I'd totally be up for that. Just, here is everything a little bit different than you expect it to be, figure it out. I wouldn't mind that. So we'll have to kind of see. I'm still kind of. I was hoping one thing though was that yeah, we were gonna get a seasonal character slot per season. But I was also, whenever I was saying it, I was like, yeah, I think I'm too optimistic. But in the end, it doesn't. Yeah, it's one character slot, and you have to share it. Although I might actually, on main account, I might utilize it first for a hardcore character first, and then later on make a seasonal character. I have the other accounts to make the seasonal character and experience that, but I might actually, on main account, use it for a hardcore character first. And try to get a raid hardcore distinction. Before doing anything else. Yes, did I also put those things back? I did. Yeah, let's swap accounts real quick just for that final segment of this thing. I'll likely stay on that account as well. Just do the league on them. It's gonna go black for a second. Actually, you know what? Let's go to here so we have something up. That's the wrong account. I literally spelled my own tag wrong. I kiss with one S. They're suggested about it. Interesting how much it affects. Yeah, but they need to at least give us like, because modifiers like. Okay, we've removed the ability to shoot. It's melee only for this season. It could literally be anything. We've reversed controls, or golden bullet is on the entire season. We need to kind of have we need to have a scope. Like, it doesn't need to be precise things, but we need to have like a scope. Like, this is the scope of it. Like, is it just you get the gear set and the brand set of that season and that's it? Like, that could be it. But yeah, we need to kind of like, when your Q&A throws up more Q's than A's, I feel you've FAQ'd yourself. Fast XP from level 23 to 30. If you mean leveling through the main game, as that's what that sounds like, or unless you mean some other type of leveling, then just doing the missions that are available to you, and then whenever you do your missions that are at your level, you can hover over them and it says the level that they require. You want to do them basically at your level. And then in between, do some side missions. The side missions give you, and you should have enough side missions to kind of do a mission, and then usually 1 or 2 side missions, and then go back into a mission, and so forth and so forth. If you've done all of your side missions, well, actually no, you would be high enough level at that point, because they give level at your they leveled you at your amount. Then you can do some of the projects. You will have a bunch of projects going 1 to 40. Although I'm assuming those are still there. I wouldn't expect them to be removed. I need to level myself again as well from 1 to 40 and kind of experience how it is now. Also just for difficulty range and stuff like that. So basically do shit. Overall, the main missions whenever you're at their level, and then the side missions give you. Did you seasonal characters in that slot? It might be, but it would surprise me. I think they're just going to do a character slot. We'll have to see. Because also, by the sound of things, you can actually keep your seasonal character, so you can likely make a seasonal character in a non-seasonal character, like in that slot, because that's how their wording was about until you fill up. So, also I could just do the seasonal character as the hardcore, even so, because yeah, they did talk about that. Well, it's right character because exactly, it's that what was it? I was about to say Dead Rising, but it's not. It's That's Stranding. You have to like balance our characters. It's just you have to. Because it would be funny, like yeah, just no skills for an entire season. Just it is now a tactical shooter. No cover for an entire season. Like that could be interesting. All of those things could be interesting. Like I'm like spitballing stuff here that could be, but yeah, they need to kind of say what modifiers. If you die in the game, we come to your house and we kill you ourselves. If you die in the game, you die in real life. How's this for a modifier? The real hardcore start here. No, we have they did a Q&A and we still have much more questions than answers. It's amazing. Their communication just like I'm much more pissed off by their communication than seasonal. Level 2 got really creative with instead of the same thing, but level 1 quickly with the yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because it still might be the worst thing ever. I don't think it will be, just because I'm not that against it, but one of my biggest gripes with seasonal characters has always been like they just turn into a badge, basically, that you competed in that season or stuff like that. I hate that. I want to keep the character. In this case, at least the SHG level and stuff gets carried over. So there is a little bit of things that get kept, and the gear and such. So that's still, at least I'm okay with it, just because the character doesn't matter that much. But still, I would rather have kept the character as well. Like, yeah, if you're yeah, let's see how that slot works out. I want to get into raiding before next season again as well, anyway, because I'm super rusty. Dark Hours, I'm pretty confident in, just, you know, that one's fine and easy, and I run that hundreds of times. But Iron Ores, I actually didn't run that much, so I did it like 20 times or 15 times back when it was somewhat new, and then kind of fell out with it. So wouldn't mind getting back actually into raiding, also just having an understanding of it again. And hey there, Sean. Change in case you don't recognize it. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I did actually. I think I saw a weird name earlier, and I was like, "Who that?" Not that I remember all the names. I was. Yeah, no worries. Line says all again. It is modifier, yeah. It would be funny if they eventually get the season out and they just go, yeah, there's a modifier active, and we have to figure out what it is. Like literally, just, you know, some talent has been changed from total weapon damage to an amp or something. Just one minor thing somewhere. You know, Spike is now 200% total weapon damage or something silly like that. so you just have to use it. Overwatch is 1,000% total weapon damage. Just everybody has to use the yeah. It would be funny. That's us every patch, yeah. At least this patch they got most of it right. I haven't caught them on a mistake on this patch, though. And yeah, we're gonna have a talk about this thing. I'm gonna actually remove the chat for a second just before I forget, and we're gonna discuss this thing. I've been enjoying this thing quite a bit. Although actually on main account, I do want to still try the Memento version of this, because I want to see if we can actually reach to a point where the Memento can consistently do it as well. And that might also be the build of this style that I add to the main account, and then keep this one here. But this actually kind of works, and I kind of enjoy this thing. Because it has just enough killing power, and it really needs like grade 10 on the on that thing. But yeah, let's finish this off so that we can go and do some leaguing. Yeah, let's scroll this down. Let's make sure the hard disk is, because I was yapping for a while. Oh, wait, actually, so is this one? No, this one gets cut. This one goes in here. How long have we been going already? VLC, why do you have to be a bitch? Okay, we've been going for 27 minutes, so another like 5 minutes here, and then an outro, and then it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's just do the recording. And here we've come to this mystery box at the end, as you see here. It says high-end rifle headhunter tech tank-ish, and that's what the TT is. If we go to the game, I've added this actually into the build collection already as well. I was actually that enamored with it that it is already actually in the build collection. It is on second account, meaning that it's built on 5, and it is 5.08. This build has actually, I've been really enjoying this thing. This will also be the subject of likely the upcoming build showcase, the next one. As we have one more bonus now to add into Ninja Bike for rifles, with Zvia being available. I always try to actually make tech tank-like, at the very least, with a Headhunter. And that was basically never possible until we had the bonuses for it, which we have now. And yeah, that is this one. Now, numbers-wise, this thing only hits for 3 million on the first shot, and then 7.8 million on the second shot, and 15 on its final shot. Now, these are, of course, very low numbers, and I kind of just wanted to push this one into here because just to compare it with, chain killer or hot shot builds, and also the breaking point setups versus something like this. But then this is actually very specialized because, as I was talking about earlier, 3 million is enough to kill a red. 6.5 and above ish is around the point where you can kill in purple, and then 10 million and above is where you can kill any elites, and then you need around 13 and a half ish for LMG elites. So this has those covered. It doesn't reach the point where it can kill a named, but for just doing activities, I've been actually really enjoying this setup, and we really couldn't reach this because actually with the weapon ungraded, so this one has the 1886 with the tournament, because yeah, we're not using breaking point, we can use a tournament, we just reload it by hand. It isn't too bad because we do have a ton of weapon handling on this build because the 2-piece contractors, for instance, as well, the 2-piece contractor bonus, we have a 61% reload bonus. We're not even actually running reload on, we're running reload here on this as well. We could, if we had, if we needed a little bit more, for instance, or if we didn't have the grading, as that's the place I was going, as I lost my train of thought. If we didn't have the grading, we could actually put the headshot mod in here. Without any grading, this can just barely kill a red to start off with. With some grading in here, at least 10, or at least 5-ish, you can actually get by with just with having the reload buff or the reload magazine here. And this thing can just barely kill a red. Its second shot has to be a red or a purple. It still can't hit an elite. And on its third shot on forward, it can. So you might say, why would you do that to yourself? And also, why? Who are you, and why are you adding a Ninja Bike into your build collection? Rabble, Ninja Bike always bad. You're dumb, and I'm going to punch you now. Before you punch me, this is a 5-tier shield, and this is a 3-tier artificer. And of course, with rifles, we can use that. This is the first Ninja Bike build that I feel is actually potent enough to be in here. We could make something similar with a Memento, and I actually still will likely do that, but I don't think the Memento in any setup will be able to kill a red with similar amounts of shield tiers, because here we do have, because of the Picaros as well, for instance, in here, we do have, because we could actually put a breaking point piece in here for 25 rifle damage. But of course, then this shield would go to 3 tiers. Having a 5-tier shield, even if it isn't supported by a Memento, which, for instance, with the tanks it is, and goes into the 6 million-ish range, here it is a 4.1 million shield. That's still 4.1 million. That is not... you can hold this out in front of enemies for quite a while. And then also the Artificer, it is a 3-tier Artificer. It is healing for 44% every 10 seconds. So we're basically getting, let's say, 2 million-ish every 10 seconds to play with. That is actually a significant enough shield. And of course, with the Headhunter, we can just hide behind this. Just even if I need to reload this thing, as you can just hide behind the shield. I've been really enjoying this, and we'll actually visit this in an build showcase pretty soonish. And yeah, going back to its numbers, sometimes you just need just enough, and that is the case actually with a lot of these. But then you have to kind of consider, if you're giving up damage, why are you giving up damage? So for instance, with this, for the Bloodsucker can keep you alive a lot more. You do actually get a lot of kills. So if you can murder with Bloodsucker up, that is actually pretty good. But for instance, here we see that issue then. So with the Bloodsucker, and this for instance why I do run Vigilance on the Chainkiller, that first shot, the difference here between 7.8 and 6.2 is the ability to one-shot a purple without pre-stacking the hotshot. That vigilance in here, especially with Chainkiller Araldi, even with a great 25 SR1, we need that vigilance to take it just above a purple. So I, for instance, don't run Bloodsucker on my hotshot builds. But for instance, here going with the Ninja Bike, I think they are all adequate, but you're still kind of wasting that blue and that yellow. In this case, with the rifles, at least, we're using it for a shield and Artificer. Especially now that the season as well has cool skills as one of its talents. The Artificer does not care of if it does or doesn't have charges. It will just send the charge as long as it's on your back every 10 seconds. And that makes this one actually workable for me. Much more so than, for instance, the Ninja Bike builds for Headhunter. I would much rather just run the full hotshot with Chainkiller Araldi with Vigilance to have that first shot purple ability just out of the gate without any pre-stacking, without any shenanigans, without, you know, even trying to do stuff like using the Achilles Pulse or anything. I much prefer that, and then has much more powerful, of course, after that. But this, for instance, then we're going the other way. We're just limiting ourselves to exactly what we need. And for instance, for activities, solo running around, doing territory controls, propagandas, doing hostage rescues, public executions, there's generally going to be a red around. I have to shoot the red to start off with. This is, again, not with a Diamondback or anything. We don't need the marking on them. It has, at that point, determined, because it is with determined then. And from the first shot onwards, we need the second one then to be a purple. So we're still very limited where all of these other ones are, can start on elites at that point. But that's still enough. We can either grab a red or a purple. And from that point on, then we can start murdering everybody. And then on top of that, we have a really powerful shield to hide behind. And sometimes that's all you need. And that is why I kind of wanted to include this one in here as well. And we'll definitely have a look at this one as one of the newer additions into the build collection as the first Ninja Bike build that has ever gone into the build collection. We'll have a build showcase, and that's likely going to be the next video. And yeah, to actually go into the conclusion then as well is, the different variants of Headhunter that we have available to us now are pretty impressive. We haven't gotten a few pieces that we can put into other builds. The breaking point, while I wouldn't per se recommend it just to outdo a hotshot for what a hotshot does, it does play pretty differently, and especially with the Diamondback, I actually don't mind it at all, just in its play, because it is with a rifle, it is much more aggressive because of that, because you can actually run and gun, where with the marksman rifle, you're much better off keeping your distance, being far away in the back, in cover as well. With the Diamondback, you can be a little bit more aggressive just because of the scope time being so much lower. And then you can go also pretty extreme with it, as we saw with the in-game of something like this, and setting it up with just the minimal amounts that you need to get by. The Ninja Bike version, for just going Ninja Bike with the marksman rifles, is actually adequate now. I would say this is the first time that, because we've gone from this 89% to this 92%, this 7 million to the 7.2. So actually now you can actually drop a few grades, for instance, here, and still be able to one-shot a purple, because 25 is not what everybody has, of course, available to them. So likely even with a grade 15, you could get by and one-shot purples with this. And that's enough. That's perfectly fine. I personally would still pick the 4-piece hotshot bonus, and that doesn't work well with Ninja because at that point you're also pretty low on the numbers, and yeah, you're not consistently just getting those purples in, especially for instance now as well with Ragers up. So yeah, still workable. I would still rather have the hotshot bonuses also for the reload, also for its damage, also for its healing. But a viable choice here as well. I won't be adding it to the build collection now. So yeah, workable setups for Breaking Point. Take your pick, play around with it. Diamondback comes highly recommended with it. We might even eventually have a look at it as its own build showcase. But I'm much more interested in going into some other builds as, for instance, yeah, as we discussed here, the next build showcase will be actually this build. Because I like it a lot and I think it has a lot of value for a lot of players. So yeah, I hope you join me for that one as we'll go into those, and also I will do an in-depth guide at some point afterwards on Countdown. And if you enjoyed this video, if you can, please do all of the algorithm stuffs down below. And as always, have a good night. There we go. As yeah, that's for that. We'll finish that recording. Let's see how long that was. That was actually maybe a little bit too long. I rambled way too much. 10 minutes. That's way too long. But it has an outro in it as well. So it's fine. What is the total length? The total length is 38 minutes. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. Let's go back to this. Let me catch up on chat for a second. In the meantime, as well, dropping some of these directives. Actually, I'm going to drop all directives for now. And then actually, I'm going to go and go into a league. And if anybody's interested in joining me, I'm not going to make it. Loading screen. If anybody's interested in joining me for that, I wouldn't mind the company. As I'm just clearing up those things and just putting them all into folders, and I'm gonna actually close up a bunch of these tabs. Yeah, let's actually close up all these tabs. Just I don't need them anymore. And let me catch up on chat for a second, and then we'll go and do that. Duplicates of my builds just for that season. Yeah, I mean, well, depends on what modifiers. Because otherwise we're all just, you know, if it's basically the same thing but a new season, we're just all getting strikers and just, you know. Countdown will likely be available for those characters, and people will be interested in running them. We'll just count down our way to strikers with a chest gun and a coyote, or, you know, chest gun and group of piece, and just, it's fine. Oh yeah, Pumic, if you're interested, yeah. Wouldn't mind the company, and anybody else that wants to join. I'm gonna grab an Eclipse already. We'll wait for Pumic to load in and then go.
The base of operations is on fire. Civilians must undergo a body search to gain access to the safe area.
Can be the only ones that stay and power creep with MMRs. Well, we haven't done that much, but yeah, I mean, we've had power creep with a lot of things. Especially the Project Resolve, giving the SR1 and the Model 700 a buff has been pretty instrumental. Increase. Here, let me remove these pins as well. And also, yeah, we have a few more, but actually, I mean, the main setup of it is still Hotshot plus Chainkiller Araldi or plus 2-piece Habsburg. And Habsburg did get 5 more weapon damage, but that's not. I mean, with a high grade weapon, you can now do it with the SR1. You couldn't do that in the past. One-shotting an elite to start off with if you have the buff. That is kind of nice. Like, you couldn't do that before. It's kind of the same actually with that build. Like, we've gotten some power creep in rifles as well, because if this brand doesn't exist with 20 rifle damage, this is Vedovka, we couldn't make this build. Like this build needed this piece, and now it has that. Like it needed one more buff, because I've tried this kind of setup in the past as well, or trying to get rifles to a point where you could, because rifles, the one thing that rifles can do that marksman rifles can't is have a shield. So I was always interested in trying to make a kind of like a headhunter tech tank, and that kind of fits it. So I want to do the because I want to try the memento variant of that, because instead of the layup I'm thinking of using, although I don't think it can actually reach the point where it can start on a red, which is the minimum I need out of it. But yeah, 2 pieces of Zyudovka. So Memento instead of Ninja. 2 pieces Zyudovka with the glove, with that weapon handling. Because likely as well, I would need it to be the chest, preferably, because that's red core. And then we can have it, weapon handling, headshot, headhunter. And then 2-piece Brazos. Because I do want to keep at least a bunch of shield tiers. Like that is core to it. But then we would have basically the same. So we would have, actually, we have the same. Yeah, we would have 1, 2 from Picaro, and then Brazos, shield tiers, and then Memento with 2, and then Ignition for 1. So it would be the same. But then we're giving up Chainkiller and Contractors. And Chainkiller actually is helping a lot with that second shot, because that second shot is also barely enough to kill a purple. So I think that really needs an answer. I mean, it can have it. The thing is, actually, I've been on that as the secondary. So I have the Diamondback here, just because I've been also using it with the Diamondback just to avoid deterrent. I actually like sometimes just actually not using deterrent. You actually have to shoot heads. Of course, it's not as efficient, but I enjoy it more. But yeah, here either a Scorpio or M870 with Brazen, either or. I wouldn't run the 2 of these together, honestly. Like this, it's saved like this mostly just so I can just pick whatever weapon I like, and then either or, basically. And I like it a little bit more than Hunter's Fury with D50, which this character has as well. So they have a Hunter's Fury setup with D50. Just because I don't like the D50 though. Were you in, Bonnie? Actually, as well, let me bring up the Discord.
Here to check something out?
I'll jump into voice so we can communicate more easily.
Another agent has joined.
There's my answer. And if anybody else wants to join us for some leaguing, you are more than welcome to. Just let me know. I can / invite you in, or if you have me on your list, just join group. Hey there, Mama. Let's track all these, and hey, what a surprise! It's all non-New York things. It's all DC things.
Another agent is now in your
Oh,
group.
Sean is on. I was actually trying to, but we need to dismiss that one. Let's go start with just the top of that list, Jefferson Trade Center. Although it's invaded, we need to clear, or we'll need to toggle the invasion.
So what's the time we were aiming for?
Stage 10, not your time. I should have toggled the mission beforehand. Actually, Epic, if you wanna join as well, do you have me on your friends list? Otherwise, if you have your in-game name for me, and assume, I need to toggle it again.
Well, yeah, I would want to expect who's running what, but
Another agent.
yeah, I can.
I'm currently learning Eclipse. I think. Actually, what do you prefer, Sean? Do you prefer 1-2 or do you prefer Sean? That's the thing to call you. Actually, or is that you, Epic? Yeah, I'm gonna guess maybe. Because I always forget whose name it, like, if it isn't. Oh, yeah, we need the hard. Oh, yeah, oh, it's ready. Let's. Okay. Okay, good.
Last radio contact with Espinosa came from a parking garage close to the shade node. Isaac has the location.
What? Where's this guy? Alright. I'll go with Sean then, just 'cause easier. We do have the global event as well, so we can use that. Even quick murders. It's actually kind of funny now. We used to have the global event, or we used to have of course, the league first, and then the league plus global event. Now we're doing it the other way around. I think it kind of feels
Down to
odd.
the garage and see if you can pick up Espinosa's trail.
I'm getting shorter. I'm shrinking. Well, no, so actually for in-depth looks, I generally try to keep them under 50 minutes. I failed last time, I believe, but... yeah, like different things have different lengths. In-depth looks, I try to not make them too long just to also keep them kind of like generally... Oh, the smart thing to do with those, I should split them up in just multiple in-depth looks, which is
You're near
what most
Espinosa's
people
last
do.
known position. The shade node should be
But then I need to make multiple thumbnails, go through multiple... I'd rather just like go through the entire subject all at once. Could be running actually jammer pulse. Although actually the hide will be useful, especially in the garage part. So.
Charge exposed.
What was your PB on this one, Comic?
4 minutes.
Agent credentials authenticated.
Yeah.
It was
Should be a terminal that will
3:59.
let you reactivate the node.
Okay, that's impressive. I need to be a little bit closer, Epic. Okay. Yeah, just a
Authorization
second.
granted. Please stand by. Intelligent system analytic computer reactivated. All Isaac subsystems operational.
That was the last
I'm
step
still
to
gonna be
getting
the
Isaac
first
fully
through because
restored locally.
first person.
But we have a ways to go before we can
Oh,
celebrate.
Discord day?
And a missing agent to locate. Continue your sweep of the complex.
Hostile radio
Seems
intercepted.
fine for me?
Is this the division?
Question mark?
Looking for someone?
Gonna guess maybe it's
How are you on this channel?
Friend of yours gave me a real nice
on your
wristwatch.
end or something then?
He's right here. Want to
I'm
talk to
gonna
him?
leave my hive and lead back there just to help with
If you want him back,
those waves.
you back off. We'll deliver him unharmed. Mostly.
They'll keep him alive. They aren't stupid. Just find that hyena piece of shit and
Oh,
waste her.
I see you're back.
Charge compromised.
But can you hear me actually? Or can I hear you? What is hearing? If a tree joins a Discord call. But it's in the forest. If a tree says something on Twitter, but nobody's on Twitter anymore because somebody ruined it, did it really happen? I'm gonna set up for upstairs.
Agent vital signs 0.
He didn't have to die here.
Now what we really need on hard enemies, of course, is sledge.
Agent charge compromised.
And I feel we left it to two down there and then the rest up here.
That bastard can't have gotten far
Wait, we
yet.
don't get
Go
that way?
after her.
Well, we got that way.
It was to there that I was. Sometimes they spawn there. instead of that.
Oh, interesting. On heroic, they're always spawn up. But yeah, hard is different. And if somebody can go and murder Coyote, well, actually I can murder Coyote. Really, that didn't connect.
And I got an exotic.
Yes.
And it is Coyote Mask.
I'll check if maybe Epic wants it. Or if they need it still. If you're willing. But yeah, I don't know if you still need one, Epic. What is the next mission? Viewpoint? Viewpoint. Okay, it's after eating. Okay, sorry. You're good. Oh, I saw Pumic get bonked out again. That was weird. Actually, Pang, let's jump into the other one. Maybe that helps. Unless it's on your end. I'm just gonna jump into the other one. Guessing Pamik is having some issues there. What was our time in the end there? That was 5 minutes 23 without even really trying. How much time did they give us for that one? 18 minutes, okay. A little much. I'm guessing Pam is kind of fixing his shit, maybe.
Okay, now I'm back. Discord was just weird. I just pressed a single thing, just looking at something or trying to check DMs. It crashed. Every
Okay.
time.
Oh, somebody may, or well, if it's in the same spot the whole time, there are ways of making or like crashing Discord, which you can like put into like channels or people can DM
No,
it to you.
I had to open your Discord, and it just died out of nowhere. And when I tried to go back into it, it just was crashing constantly.
Okay. Well, maybe also this will help. This other server is set to auto. Because actually I changed the settings on these, so that general one is set to be a really close one to me, selfishly, and this other channel is set to be auto server pick. So maybe it was like something. Well, likely not actually. And hey there, DPC. Greets from Germany. Thank you for your effort and your wisdom you share. What's going on? Thanks for the kind words, and yeah, glad you like it. Yeah, let's get started. And yeah, now I'm gonna go share some fire with some True Sons.
Will make it a lot harder for them to coordinate their troops and spread misinformation. All communications coming in and out of the building will be controlled from the production studio on the top floor.
I was trying to move out of the way.
Yeah,
Didn't work out.
I took it too risky there. I was trying to just get past you, but I didn't account for the travel time.
I saw some hostiles enter the parking garage east of the main entrance. You might be able to get in that way.
Anyway, I have 14 minutes for stage 10. That should be pretty easy.
Hostile radio intercepted.
This is Wade. So, the division thinks
Actually,
they
if
can
somebody
just
else
come
gets
in
the
here.
door here, I'm
They don't
gonna
know
swap
who
to
they're fucking with.
Jammer,
Go dark. Wait for the signal.
because that will kill
then
all
corner
stragglers.
and kill.
Because I should actually be on Jammer for all of the hard ones. Although I can also jam with a covered cover, but actually no enemy is gonna be alive long enough. Because yeah, the Jammer, as long as the vial lands on enemies reds, then purples will just die from them. So it's good for just there's a straggler alive somewhere and just I don't have to give a shout out to the rest of the I'd help. Please imagine I've been using more of this is chess and indeed. As for those that may not recognize that name, we share his guides as well here quite often.
Take it slow. They could be in here already.
But yeah, Rusty, very much as well for me as well. We've
Charge exposed.
done a bunch of stuffs together and figuring stuff out together inside Jan. Especially as well, usually when I have headhunter questions, as he's much more aligned with them. And, I usually just go like, hey, how did this part work again?
Detected.
And his guides are actually for newer players. Actually, the thing on the Twitch end, they do have a Rossi command that goes to that, like that file of yours with like all of the builds on it, or like the collection thing. Get in time. This shot, I always suck at this shot. I feel they've put that ledge for specifically what I was trying to do there, which is just kind of like land it just right. I know I'm kind of low on charges, but we'll still be fine. Oh yeah, the original place where we used to always do this.
Get out of here!
That must have been Wade. Would have been nice to bag him, but he's not your primary objective.
Because that was actually always one of the impressive things that I do like about this game. It really puts a lot of the like stuff like that, bullet holes in exactly the right spot. You'll be surprised how many games don't actually really put it exactly where it is.
Charge compromised.
So I'm gonna do one of these.
Charge transfer activated.
Let me keep a few charges in
The
mind.
transmission control module. It handles all
Somebody
communications
set
going
up
in
the
and out of
hit
viewpoint.
button.
If you reset it, you'll lock out the
I'll
True
do
Suns
it,
and we can
actually.
take over the channels. Okay, stay by the module and make sure it completes the reset sequence.
Because actually, I should have been the one as well. I can always send one from them here. And usually when everybody's facing that way, it will actually... I feel this is one of those places where it's very facing focused.
All site facilities are reset to default or under direct SHD control.
That's good to hear. Our comms are coming online and the True Suns are in the dark.
No news. Darkness.
Fluctuations in local power detected.
Actually, this just
Communications
opens.
facilities
And then I
offline.
have to push buttons.
What the hell?
I'm seeing multiple hostiles on the roof. They're setting up EMP jammers around the radio mast.
It's Wade. He's trying to sabotage the mast. Without it, no one can broadcast from viewpoint. Agent, get to the roof.
Up we
Just
go
stop
in
him
the
from
summit
taking out
on
the
our
mast.
weight.
Slow descent.
Electromagnetic
not
charge
even that.
detected.
Wade is
It
using
sucks that
EMP
the
jammers to
rotation
overload
went
the
to
radio
slot.
mast.
I was really
Get 'em
hoping,
out before
looking
the
forward.
mast is
I might
destroyed.
actually still do it even with slot. If we're going to
Malfunctioning.
loop, then like I can do it with
Shade tech,
anything.
as long as that EMP jammer is active, take it out.
That should spread to the rest.
Structural integrity at 75%.
Agent, you've got to stop Wade. We need that radio mast.
Electromagnetic charge depleted. Charge compromised. System
No, we the
restored.
division, not fucking. You know?
System disrupted.
Shooting just.
Have a look at some of these purples.
Propaganda.
Because I'm actually going to use a bunch of watch alts as well as... Yeah, the next build showcase is going to be... Well, yeah, that Headhunter build. But the one after that is going to be joke builds. And I'm going to make an improvised Headhunter. And yes, that does sound as bad as it... Like, yeah, that's going to end up as bad as it sounds. Although, I mean, it's still going to work. It's going to be a marksman-based Headhunter. It's going to have an SR1. It's going to
work better than some weird Headhunter builds.
Yeah. What would be actually the weapon to put on it? I feel maybe a Brutus, actually. Although I wasn't determined on it, so...
Well, the joke build, put Sacrum Imperium.
Well, no, yeah, preferably not a...
Not a
what name? What other names are there? Scalpel? Brutus?
Ekim's long stick.
Oh yeah, we need Ekim's long stick. Just to, you know, we need to touch Ekim's long stick. Actually, I feel Ekim's is the right one. But also Ekim's is a model 700, so it's actually way too far. Oh, designated hitter maybe? Just to designated shitter.
Agent, you need to cut off the primary escape route.
Ooh,
take out the boats they've got docked southwest of your position.
I'll keep an eye on the main entrance and make sure he doesn't double back. I'm in. Main entrance is clear.
Agent charge compromised. Charge transfer initiated.
Attention! We're under attack! Fall back!
I need to go through the named
Defend them at
marksman
all
rifles now.
costs.
Then there's the named SVT as well.
Yeah. I think my audio broke there. I'll fix it after this. I'll have a little bit of a delay on my speaking and hearing. Also very annoying. It's very inconsistent of a bug. So.
I'm seeing a lot of hostiles by the docks. They're securing the boats.
They must be waiting for the order to launch. If the strategist gets on one of those boats, we'll lose our chance to bring him in.
There's the order.
Keep moving.
Come on.
You're almost there.
Charge exposed.
Not my charge.
Exposed to melee.
I'm playing how the Headhunter should play, right? Just ignore the Changa because I don't want to lose my stacks.
Yeah, leave it to the Eclipse. I'll get him.
You're almost at the dock, agent.
At least it's hard, so I will actually get him eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, I'll do it here quickly. Or at least do part of it.
Keep them away from the boats! Do whatever it takes!
Fuck you!
Head.
We need reinforcements on the dock! Now!
Boats, but no
Take out the
sign of
intruders!
destruction.
Protect the boats!
Agent, hostiles are inbound on your position by the docks. Watch your 6.
Oh, they're spawning upstairs. The worst spawn to get, but yeah, let's just kill the boats and get out of here.
Clear.
Let's see.
One of them.
Yeah, Sean's getting that last one.
They're coming at me from all sides. I can't get.
I was thinking it was one of the side.
Kelso? Shit. Agent Kelso's not responding. Damn it, Kelso. Okay, slight change of plans. With the boats out of commission, the target should still be inside. We have to make sure he doesn't slip past us.
What am I doing my speedrun here? Oh, this is the first day they're available. Actually, I forgot them this afternoon as well. I could have actually used them for a few levels, but...
Perfect! So predictable. Kill them and feed the burn pit.
Agent charge compromised.
audio in my head is also delayed, so everything feels a little bit off. I'll fix that in a second. Okay, that should have fixed it. Yeah. Yeah, just making sure it did actually fix it.
Without Kelso,
Okay, strategist.
capturing the strategist won't be easy. It's up to you.
I'm surprised
to
that this
finish the
season
job.
isn't about strategist and like Fernenko. I would have expected this season to be the season to talk about those kind of things. Liking the overcharges. But I'll likely blow myself up at some point. I have a habit of doing that with overcharges.
Agent charge compromised.
They catch on fire.
Was that gunfire? Agent, I didn't send reinforcements. You'll need to clear the building.
I'm not dead.
I'm gonna
Don't
rush
everyone
this
cheer at once.
and just set on fire.
My watch broke and I lost comms.
Also, what are
I
you?
need you to cover me while I head for the balcony and head down to the concert
I've never
hall.
had that before. He also just pushed me into the wall and just hung here. No, you stay here. I guess I never rush like to where she is. But yeah, she's physical and then also yeah. I'm gonna call HR, which basically means Manny. Manny, Kelsa's bullying me.
Agent charge
I feel that that should be followed up with Manny going, "Incredible work, Agent. Truly incredible," to Kelsa. Good bully. Good bully.
You really thought I'd sit and wait for you to assassinate me?
I thank you.
Now I've got you
My
right
people
where I
thank
want
you, and the people of Washington, D.C. fucking thank you, Kelso.
Exactly.
Gonna let him come out a little bit, and then do that to them. Are we on the right?
I just wish your suffering could last as long as ours did.
What are we talking, like 7 minutes? 8? You're suffering? Suffering succotash. What hard enemies need is sledge. 'Cause-
Look at you in your
Is there one goofy looking marksman rifle weapon?
better than us? That you got the right to
Or
kill
one that
us?
has a goofy skin, maybe?
We've got the power of life and death now.
I need to find that out for you.
Use it.
Or I feel I'm gonna use the tactical,
Tech ass.
yeah, the tactical Model 700, just because it is the worst of the Model 700s.
Just for.
Got you. No, please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want. I'll tell you
Whatever I want.
All right.
Whatever I want? Okay. Finish this mission faster, please.
Yeah.
So we got him. Now it's some One night's work.
8
Agent.
minutes out
You
of
should
20.
be proud of
Well,
yourself.
9 minutes out of 20.
Together was the only way we could have done
Actually,
it.
yeah, we're not getting the loot here now. Why am I standing by that door? And yeah, we're ending on Manning. We're manning on ending. And on this account, I'm not going for the 120. On the other account, I am going to get the Hyenas Disrupted and the SHT Skill Kills on Black Tusk. Neither of those is particularly hard. Oh, well, Kelso touched you. Well, she touched me all over. She just bumped me into a corner and just held me there, basically. So
Trying to
basically,
manhandle you.
yeah, it's just... Well, woman handled me when... 5 directives, right? Yeah.
Why not? I'm down.
Nah. Mission sucks enough. Once everybody's loaded in. Let's go. Oh, I see actually,
The priority is to neutralize
Sean
Emily
is
Shaw,
also
but you'll need to get
almost
control of the
7K
monorail
as well.
system in order to reach her. The main entrance will be well
69.96.
guarded, but it's the easiest way in, and they won't be expecting company.
No, I lost my mementos tag.
Poor boy.
Like I need them.
Exactly.
This is actually making it interesting. Just trying to fight against Determined with my Regulus.
Intercepting enemy communications.
We're under attack! It's the division!
I'm gonna push there.
This is it!
Yeah, this is a challenging one, isn't it?
Yep.
Should I actually grab... Yeah, let's go back to Hive here, because it actually can be useful.
Missed everything.
Charge compromised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a car. And then I also got there. Overlord. It's level 90. Why do I toss it over the ledge like that? It's very much for this one.
Something bad.
The main control room for the monorail system is further into the park. Looks like the quickest route is through the deep sea exhibit.
Yeah. Should we do the B-boss version?
I mean, we have enough time.
Oh, yeah.
Intercepting enemy communications.
Rainer, where are you?
We just got to the
Yeah,
aquarium.
let's get
Okay,
that speed in.
finally. Okay, they're probably coming right to you.
We'll give them a nice, warm welcome.
Gotta
Maybe
be fast.
Charge
and
compromised.
then later on we'll be on our way with some bees. Because we get the boss that it wasn't the boss.
Rainer, what's your status?
Okay, they definitely meant that to be a boss, but I think they went like, maybe we're putting too many names here in a row. Because, yeah. Emmeline all the way goes into like calling him Rainer and stuff like that.
A repeater. The outcast must be using it to boost the range of their
Right.
comms.
Can I hit
Taking that
something?
equipment offline will make it harder for them to
Okay, yeah.
coordinate against you.
Oh, the
I
other
know, I'm
one.
gonna try. Yeah, I guess.
Unless there's a heavy in here. There usually is. Alright, we're in challenging. Yeah, I should take some murdering. running up against me. And yeah, luckily
Really,
it's
if you
not
run against
nighttime
it.
or fog, so I'm just gonna
No.
send that over there.
This is hostile.
I mean, if you run against it, it's gonna happen
Anybody
faster.
in range of the Savannah exhibit? Head there now. Everybody else,
That is like
fall back
maximum
to the aviary and make
artillery
sure
there.
No one gets through.
I'm actually gonna put my hive here on this wall. I just hit it right away if you
Should be
can.
able to fry that repeater by overloading the power supply.
Charge compromised. Charge transfer initiated.
That's not bad. Alright, why did I send it for 10? Anyway, just watch out for that because yeah, our someone's getting them over there. Should be the last one.
Radio repeater disabled.
That'll cut the range of their comms significantly. Keep going. You should be coming up on a monorail station soon. The control room will be
And
overlooking it.
You travel.
Okay, once we reach that point, although well, we're likely not all gonna. Oh, yeah, no,
Well, it's not. It doesn't travel you here.
no. Actually,
Oh.
this isn't the point where it travels. It doesn't.
Should I?
That
Remember,
was.
in
Oh, that's
Legendary
later.
it does.
In Legendary does, yeah. Oh, we'll
Interesting.
have the full time then. Yeah, in Legendary, that definitely does. I remember. With Merc and stuff. Somebody can hit it.
Echo detected.
Send one through. First one is fine.
Okay, let's probably the hell. Bro.
Charge compromised.
We're in position. Anybody seen anything?
And in a future run, we'll do the B-boss as
Say
well.
again.
Let's try to get
I
a
didn't get any of
dash
that.
time here.
Anybody copy? Hello? Shit.
Because this thing at most takes you like a
Looks like
minute
you're
and a
right
half
by that
extra,
monorail
especially if
station.
everybody splits up and we're not doing it for like
Control
this
room
one.
is just on the other side of the aviary.
I feel it should give you a bonus minute or something. Or like a star next to it if you do it with the B-boss.
Yeah. Any percent B boss mission.
I'm gonna start my fire up a lot higher. Watch out for that.
Charge compromised.
That didn't bounce, right? Maybe? No.
Almost. Was closed.
Listen! They know about the monorail! You need to shut it down!
Guys, we know about the monorail.
Is anybody reading this?
I don't know about it.
Disable the motherfucking monorail!
That should be the place. See if you can patch Isaac into the control board.
Interfacing.
Interfacing? Who are we facing? Outcast facing. Yeah, we'll finish up this one. No, let's see what we want to do after. Don't land right. That's fine. There. Okay.
Agent charge compromised.
Just punch him.
They're coming! Holy cow!
And it's just the boss fight that usually here a lot of people lose a lot of time.
Automatic braking system activated.
But we'll just split it up basically. We have at least
Holy hell.
one
Guess they
person
weren't
going
taking any
upstairs.
chances, but you're inside the barricades. You should be able to make it the
Which
rest
might
of
be
the
problem
way
if
on
you do
foot.
that, because then you can hit the wave as they come out on the, like after each plant.
Yeah.
Or after each pickup. The one that spawns up there. Toss a grenade here. This wave is also always notorious
Tell them
for
we're not afraid of them!
kind
Make
of.
them fear us!
I have a Regulus. I'm not gonna kill you.
Charge
Can try.
exposed.
A thing. And then I'll go after all of the bosses and stuff, and then somebody else clearing them out this way. Always spawns in like that.
Shotgun.
Spray it around.
Hold the line!
See if we can get a sub 14.
For Emmeline!
Agent charge compromised.
I die? I die.
Kill me if you can.
Alright. Come here. Okay.
Explosives detected.
Never mind then.
You grab it all plans.
You're nothing. This means nothing.
And yeah, boss fight time. So especially go up after clearing out this one, just go upstairs. I'll let you guys get a little bit closer once you guys are on that stairs. I'll let you jump down right away. Jumping down.
Even if you kill me, you won't defeat me.
Oh, we have just stacks.
If you grab it right away.
Charge compromised.
Got it.
Didn't catch that other wave right away, but also actually no, I didn't catch any of it.
An agent needs assistance.
Your cam didn't go off.
Oh, I didn't ignite it in the end. That was way too late. Grabbing these, but get ready for plants. I'll try to catch this wave though. Didn't. Yeah, it's on.
Just drop a hive. It's faster than just standing there.
Oh, we haven't killed up. I'm gonna be barely alive.
Kill me if you can.
again. Gonna put my hive
Charge
there.
compromised.
I'm out of grenades. At this point, grenades are really handy. But could have brought some. Not a 14, but just under,
nearby.
just under 15.
See how the mama bears watched us? She's making sure we aren't gonna try to hurt her baby. That's what mothers do.
Wait out this and then. There we go. All stage 10s. There we go. Grab this loot. I'll take us back to DC. Somebody has some loot. Let's get cleaned up here and then we'll decide what we wanna do after.
Maybe weekly.
I would have to swap account for that.
Okay.
But let's see if what the daily is. Because I don't remember if that was today. So anyway. But I think it's DUA Legendary Weekly and also DUA Season Pass. So maybe if everybody's up for that.
Yeah. Get the legendary, big legendary out of the list.
Yeah, especially when it's DUA.
Area detected.
Yeah.
Agent, you haven't seen
Okay, I'm getting field proficiencies again on this account as well. Because we did reach season 100 on this thing.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to start crying that there is nothing to do in the game after the first day.
Yep. Magazine size
And you two on
preservation.
the main.
Yep. Although yeah, plenty to do, luckily. Ton of builds to farm, a ton of things to try out.
Thank you, Agent. I appreciate the business.
No keepers on that.
I got the
Oh yeah, it is
orc
district.
maxed out. Got rolled with time. You want for the beautification?
No, I'm good on those. But maybe it can be handy for the info. So what is the daily actually? East Mall, so Earn Space and American History. And then the zone. Alright, the zone is at least via, so that's not too bad. But yeah, maybe if you guys are up for it, let's maybe do that, because yeah, it is District Union Arena for both the Season Pass daily. I don't know if you guys have the Season Pass, but I don't think you have, right, Paul? Or...
Nope.
Oh, would you still be up for it? I'm guessing you are, right? Because yeah, let's maybe get that DUA out of the way.
It is still big legendary, so.
No. Oh, sorry. What do you prefer, Sean? Because yeah, it's if it's laggy for you, maybe if you are okay foaming. Otherwise, I can foam as well, and you can go striker if you want to.
For a second, I saw I'll do both. Just
Yeah,
Eclipse Headhunter.
Yeah. Yeah, then maybe if you're up for it, you seem a pretty good foam eclipser, so we'll leave that up to you. I don't get to run too many as the striker, so I'll just run it once as that. I'm gonna go chest striker.
Oh yeah, just almost another turret again.
Yeah.
Is it? How many coyotes?
I have a coyote, but I could swap out, but I think maybe if you want, you can go with that. Don't know if... Oh, no, yeah, we can't inspect.
Yeah, we can't inspect. That's the...
Sometimes it still works, but I think it's only in countdown. Sometimes I've seen it just work for like 1 or 2 people. Hopefully they'll fix that tomorrow as well, because yeah, tomorrow we're getting there is a maintenance tomorrow, so there's that. Did they fix this? No, right? No. Although, is it one of the things I was curious about? Is it maybe just items? I'm not sure if I tried that.
For
Yeah,
me,
no.
the link.
Yeah, none of them works. But maybe it's items that were in year 1, but it's also not. I feel like it's weird that I never tried that. No. Let's set this to.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
And legendary.
Without coyote, and yeah, we can still swap back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although, well, yeah, you can indeed like link your gear kind of, or like the core pieces of your gear, and then people can guess from that what you're wearing, kind of. There is that. Can you link skills? I don't even... Oh yeah, you can actually. Hey.
Really? I don't have Cheska gloves or GoPro gloves. Or any other piece.
Yeah, I've taken to actually. So for instance, for this character, I actually have a like this Grupo and this Cheska glove are actually not from loadouts. They're just there.
I'm trying for the main and the second have like Grupo and Cheska gloves and mask when I'm changing tracker. But here I don't have.
Wait, is this my world?
Gloves.
Oh no. Saw a question mark there, and I was like, wait, this can't be my world, but it isn't actually. Final thoughts on the... Well, it's not final there, but on the FAQ for Season 2.0. My thoughts on the FAQ is I'm quitting the game over the... Not over the seasonal characters, but their communication skills are so bad. I'm quitting the game tonight, and I'm starting again tomorrow. Later on, in like an hour or so, I'm going to quit the game for like maybe 12 hours and then play it again. That FAQ was horrendous. Talking about modifiers that many times without having the self-reflection of going like, we need to explain what modifiers are.
Yeah, they said there's the like intermission part. And they explained it's 2 weeks of like last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
Why didn't it have like modifiers? Behind that, it's like what it is.
Exactly.
I think they have no idea. Oh yeah, it's a 5. It's gonna be fun to start. Low amp.
At least we do know that it isn't. It is 1 extra character slot.
Got your objective.
That's all we're getting
Don't let anything stand
for
in
the
your
seasonal
way.
characters. So we will need to delete them after each season, which I'm kind of miffed about. I was hoping for a different outcome of each season. Although I was whenever I was saying it as well, I was talking about maybe being a little bit too hopeful.
Vital signs critical. Agent down.
At least we all tested our hives.
Agent out of action.
Test the ground. Second.
But yeah, we still, neither of the mini tanks was in good shooting range.
Agent charge compromised.
Actually, yeah, we have also this. We should use that.
Charge transfer activated.
I think that's the reason. We had the full bar.
Yeah, actually, that's why we died so fast. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
also, yeah, we didn't have health gates because we just fast traveled here. Try and we don't build up much charge just sitting on pillars. So should be just moving around. Every day I'm wiggling. But yeah, the FAQ is horrendous. The seasonal stuff, I'm not completely sold on it. But yeah, we need to know what modifiers are, and then if the gear is locked behind them, because yeah, they're kind of talking as if it is, but it's also not completely clear. I totally forgot what is happening here. If you can jam here as well.
It stops the stingers.
Yeah. Because I was kind of expecting that to actually happen there.
Me too.
Agent killed. Agent down.
I think we're best off just wipe and respawn.
You've got your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
I think EMP stick is just better because you can just keep it on some of them, and it keeps them.
Well, the jammer is more. You can also just
You've
put
got
it
your
around the
objective.
wall. So
Don't let anything stand in your way.
I prefer the jammer personally as well. Fun.
I like the.
But yeah, also we shouldn't have like expected the. Like, I went in with the expectation that was there, but that's more like when we are on comms.
An agent needs assistance.
Oh, where is? Oh, got it.
Agent down.
If we get stacked, we don't have that much damage. Takes a second. Keep going.
We're literally camping up.
Oh my!
With the shotguns. Okay, I got sniped with a shotgun.
I can get you after this, or maybe Sean, if you can get him, because I don't have a hive anymore. My hive is bugged. Actually, after this room, give me a second because I'm gonna kill myself and pick myself like always. Yeah, my hive's gone great. It's great. One second.
Vital signs
I
critical.
think I need to die for that to be set as well.
Agent out of action.
Yeah.
Agent vital signs 0.
Kind of curious if it, because I still see it active.
Oh no, that didn't fix it. Ah, it's fine.
Maybe if you travel away and back,
Yeah, let me. Or actually, I'll give it a sec.
because you get out of the range. Yeah.
Because I would love to have my hive. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Should have maybe tried that. Actually. Because I did use it, but fell through the wall. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I'm ready.
Charge compromised. Activated charge transfer.
Building all without backpacks. But the third one still has.
Not anymore.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
There we go. A little bit more conservative play. Oh, so this place is Jessica today. It's not bad. It's not a bad targeted. So actually, I should pay attention and maybe grab some library items for Epic.
Charge compromised.
Let's get the crate on the left here. Oh, throw it in. And as long as we use the buff as well, it's pretty easy. This buff is really strong. It's just a little bit clumsy. Sometimes it's the big downside of it. I'm gonna stack up to, or use this opportunity to stack as well. There we go. And there are some shotguns on the left here as well. Want some clips in.
Serious trauma detected.
It's force of habit. Tossing something at this door. But yeah, I shouldn't have hit. Picking some of these items up for sharing. I'll trigger it. There's a
If you get
speedrun.
Cheska gloves, I would some with crit chance or damage.
I was about to say actually, should seeing as you were talking about.
Yeah, perfect opportunity to get what I'm missing.
Mhm.
Agent charge compromised.
Just lost it. So that's the biggest issue of SHD Exposed. You just lose your charge. Because the second, of course, when I'm not shooting, it's very common for somebody else to be shooting and then losing my aggro. Well, let's not be too aggressive on this last one, on the last weapon. Well, let's just let him come to us.
just lost it a second before.
Vital signs critical.
Let's
Agent down.
test out my hive.
Backpacks are gone.
Yo.
Serious trauma detected. Charge exposed.
I'll say thanks for your private bill as well. Glad you like it. I like it as well. Having it. It's even useful to me sometimes. Actually, yeah, the tomorrow and stuff. Because we did character 5 already, which is basically I count to this character. I actually want to go through it again. Just character by character. Let's push up all the way and let's fight them from up there. So we're gonna go left through the window here and then. Just watch out for these guys. I'm actually gonna set up here to kill this guy the second he turns.
Vital signs critical.
Okay, we want to push up even more. Let me go up here. Okay, we want to be in position to murder these heavies the second they come out.
Charge exposed.
Oh, I hit my scope button. I hit escape instead of my scope button. That's one. Very confused for a second. That is quite the fat finger there. For me to hit it in time. Let's get our loot. So, actually, if you can, because it gets in the way sometimes. Your foam doesn't spread, so it's better off if you only let Sean or you know, one do foam.
Hey,
alone.
got the gloves.
But then also what you can do is just have some other skills if you want to. Like I'm running pulse. You could have a shield as well, just as an extra buffer. Switch over. I'll wave here. But yeah,
Or even a burst of firefly.
Actually, well, Demolisher Firefly.
Oh, Demolisher, sorry. I don't know. I don't remember the name.
Serious
That
trauma
would actually also
detected.
be. But I would generally run in this if I wasn't running pulse. Let's go back, get that crate back here. And we have the garage.
Before we push in, I'm gonna optimize the gloves because it looks like we have just one coyote.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna...
I mean, or you could just put on a coyote. Well,
yeah, because I don't have other Cheska piece to put on.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know when you're ready. But yeah, I need to go through the other characters of that drive as well and just kind of look and just see what I want to change or keep or remove or move. Just basically the seasonal shuffle. I feel every season kind of starts with that, just going through all of the characters and going, what do I keep, what do I move?
Alright, 53. Stop. Right. I'm set.
I'll try to keep mid or long range at all times.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back. So, I'm gonna.
And what we really want to kill is the I should have pulsed right away actually. But yeah, the 2 mini tanks need to go and the drone controller needs to go.
Drones. That.
The elite still.
Agent down.
Because there's a red and a
Ellie dead.
mini tanks
Red.
there. Actually, the elite was the person I thought it
Charge
was.
exposed.
Oh yeah.
Immediate medical assistance
See if I can do
needed.
this. That will
Charge
help.
transfer activated.
Anyway, once the buff starts going. Oh, the debuff. I'll stay back if you guys want to go get set up.
Okay.
That's it. This doesn't start until everybody's in. All of us need to be in. There you guys go in, I'll come in last.
Blow up all the.
Yeah, and blow up beneath all of those things. Especially on the right side. Okay.
Front of the door. Okay, I'm good. Do it.
I really want to pin the sniper one first.
System
Regen.
malfunctioning.
Punch out your backs.
There's gonna be before.
Oh, actually, yeah.
System reactivated.
Yeah, see, I totally forgot about this. Because of course, yeah, on heroic, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
No, it's
Charge exposed.
One backpack there gone.
shut on the other. Guess it's been a while since I've done DOA. 2 weeks longer than general because yeah, we have the new.
Oh yeah, let's try to get inside.
Yeah, we have a tradition of shooting everything out and making it, you know, truly dark.
This one.
This is the darkest timeline.
Oh, I don't see the door. Oh yeah, there it is.
The door. And hey there, Robo.
Charge compromised.
Oh, I should have actually swapped to Oreo for this.
Fancy.
Full charge. Go, 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 go.
Activated charge transfer.
So we can maybe carry this all the way to the boss. Whoever has the aggro, maybe if you can do it over. That's gone. That fight is much easier with the Ori, I should have swapped. It'll end up fine. No big horny.
Not the horny bee.
They got a ton of caches for it. Also, yeah, it was double project if you have the season passing. I'm gonna drop a bunch of items here, especially then if you have a look through them, see if you have any, if you need any of the stats. Mostly they're not too great, but can be useful. Actually, that wasn't that much. But yeah, take anything you want from that. Yeah, let's pop all these caches. Let's see what we get in them, because we might actually get something useful out of some of them. Most of them are resources, but do you have a memento already, Epic? Ah, okay. You did already. Then yeah, I'll hang on to this one unless it's, yeah, it's not that well ruled anyway as well. So. Yeah, that's always handy as well doing legendaries with those. You can always trade as well if it comes up. There's a Cheska glove there, but I don't think it's the one you're looking for. But I'll look at it. Yeah, let's take this back. I'm gonna go back to the White House and I should do the final cleanup there.
Time 1849.
Oh yeah, sub 20. Felt like that. And we had a wipe,
Nice to see you, Agent.
but I was also just being a little bit too comfortable.
Yeah, from the last time.
Yeah, from just
Thanks for the business.
booking it. And also, yeah, the damage debuff. Yeah, the summit will take too long. Actually, would you guys be up for doing 2 hyena and 2 true sons bounties, maybe?
Sure.
As that is needed for, well, those are needed for the thing, but oh, we did legendary of course. I was like, wait, how didn't I get all the hyenas already? But but yeah, we likely got all of the outcasts and stuff with the league, so we're likely all on the same numbers here. So unless you played the more, but yeah, let's get the weekly done, because yeah, actually that part of those also accounted for this weekly. Or basically did the weekly. Hyenas and true
On
sons.
the weekly, I have one of hyenas.
No, let's just do some hyenas and tree sons. I'm actually gonna take ownership of the world quickly.
Take over.
I always forget when the. Let's go heroic. Let's take just 3 directives. We'll leave off cool skills and ammo hoarders just so we can run whatever we like. I'll just take it to 3 directives.
Revolution is starting today, taking over the world.
Exactly. And I'm gonna run. You know, just for a little bit, I'm gonna. These guys can't inspect me anyway. They'll never know what I'm running. How would they know, right?
Let's open the stream.
I mean, I'm not running anything weird. It's just a little bit pink. I've transmogged it to look like 511. It totally isn't 511. Yeah, let's mess about with this a little bit. Just to. I just recently got this backpack. For those that didn't catch it, this backpack cost me 30k-ish, or around 30k, likely even a little bit more than 30k in watch points. If you're asking yourself, how is that possible? Bad luck and just buying stuff from the vendor and just like the same way that you do Habsburg, but then with this, because it's the same difficulty basically as a Habsburg, because it is a blue core item as well. So. And yeah, I got extremely unlucky lately.
Nobody can inspect.
Oh, it wasn't your fault at all, Sean. Even if you like didn't even have jammer and stuff, we shouldn't have been so aggressive. We're just sometimes too used to.
Yeah, a few times we
Just
played with like a setup group.
Yeah.
Everybody on comms, and
You just get into a rhythm, and there our rhythm is very much we push up and then like
we push all the spawns and kill things.
yeah. Because also I failed at killing. Usually I stay more on the right as well and go after the backpacks right away, but I didn't do that either as I forgot which way it was. Yeah, let's actually try getting. Let's see if in this zone, if we can get them to spawn in that building again, because this seems to be working again. At least being as inconsistent as it always used to be. Didn't even figure there. Because the Constitution Hall seems to be kind of working again for bounty cheesing. Oh, I say that and then it
Third
hurt
time
me.
the charm?
Yeah. Yep, there we go. At least it's going there again. Barely ever went there. It was used to go always into the sewer. Interestingly, a lot of the other places seem to be just still fine, or the same way they were last season, because they didn't like change Civic Center with the gear mods.
Target near you.
Oh, that might. Well, let's see. Maybe we did. Oh, actually, and yeah, we're about to. Someone is almost. Well, they say finally 7k, but yeah,
my build isn't weird at all.
That sounds very healthy. But yeah, there any chance about to join the 7k club?
I mean, you can notice the fear that's kind of off. The start.
You know what I'll say? Actually, yeah, there's overlap here with SHT Exposed and Overwatch. Yeah, you know what I'll say? The G36, the named one.
Agent detected.
Yeah, they're gonna be back where we came in, but let's maybe just despawn them. They're gonna be fighting the territory control there in a second. This G36 actually feels pretty okay. The named one. I wouldn't say it is born great, but not bad.
I would say it's just born.
Bjorn. I was gonna do a Bjorn sound, but I don't remember one off the top of my head. But this thing is more powerful than the purple build.
Purple is OP. Better than Striker.
I mean, this thing's actually a lot more powerful than purple build. Mostly because, also, yeah, it has mod slots. It doesn't have a purple weapon without a third stat. And for those wondering why I'm actually using it, it's because of the name. Or, well, this weapon. Well, the 511 build is just because I'm an idiot.
Target spotted, Sheriff.
Yeah, because you need to put something on the 511 spot.
Yeah. But I'm using the Born Great with it is just because the name. It's, you know, you have to be born great to run a 511 build like this. And then also the secondary is the good times because yeah, this is good times.
You're having a good time. Exactly.
Because we're having a good time. Having a... Let's actually use the good times. I feel that's a better weapon than the Bjorn Great.
Target down. Good job.
Sorry, chameleon. Yay.
Cleaning up the streets one bad guy at a time. Nicely done, Sheriff.
Yeah, let's run outside. Let's try it. See how because I have another one, another True Sun Banny. Also, let's actually track the weekly instead of anything else. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if the rogues are still there as well.
Detected.
That might be a
Nearby
thing.
location guarded by hostiles.
Reloading here.
No, but we would see combat and stuff. There's also territory on it. No, I'll just skip them. I'm gonna try getting that other bounty to go here. That's sewers. Although still, this isn't as consistent as it used to be. At the very least. Because also that sewer kind of... It's kind of going towards that sewer though. And nobody's in the zone anymore, right? No. Because that zone doesn't go that far. Oh, interesting. Let's try going to the safe house. But yeah, now it's just putting it in the... Let's go into the safe house. See if this changes anything, because sometimes it does. Oh no.
Incoming hostiles detected.
But that's why we're all in the shared space. Because that would still be workable. We could fast travel here each time. Memento builds would suffer. But... Or that streak might have just been random. God damn, it didn't even... it didn't even go anywhere. I don't know, it's just getting stubborn about going that spot. Do you have a True Sun's bounty available? Maybe this one is just very stubborn about that spot. I mean, well, let me answer this one more time. Unless it... Do you have any public?
Let's try this. No, yeah, one once.
That one was just super stubborn for some reason. Some 511 pieces.
This one was like, I don't want to go there.
Hostile broadcast.
Nobody tell me where I need to go.
Target is near you, Agent.
Also, I have nothing
head,
else.
it's mine.
We definitely despawned the rogues. You guys gonna happen?
Guess who did?
I had it a few times. They might have been me.
Yeah, but I had the last.
The last shock, the last Kelso. Hey, the first rogue and the last Kelso.
It should be the next one.
Yeah.
We can wipe them out, the division.
This thing feels just like a... The thing is, I'm not adverse to weaker builds, especially if you get something in return. Like a tech tank is a weaker build, damage-wise, but you know, you get to be chunky and in people's faces, and you can make up for it a little bit with headshots and stuff, because you can go close to enemies. This thing is just weak for the reason to be weak.
They have a drone in the air.
Isn't
Just weak for the...
Yeah. If nothing else, though, I'm giving it a little bit of Overwatch to my allies, as long as I'm staying in cover well. It's not exceptional.
That's your
it's
target.
just, because at the end of the day, it's just missing 6 brand bonuses, basically. And also in this case, Fox's Prayer, or like special. Oh, I see.
Just gonna shoot you again, you know. Sure.
An agent needs assistance. Charge exposed.
And there's...
Activated charge transfer.
You got the target. Nice.
Although yeah, the thing with SHD exposed is it is dependent on...
You got the target.
That was SHD exposed, right? It's dependent on the...
Looks like you earned yourself another bounty.
veterancy
Well
of
done.
enemies. Oh yeah, it was SHD.
Yeah.
They're all
On the
melting kind
name,
of together.
I'm getting like almost the same damage, but the reds just
Yeah.
2 million per shot.
I have a few max stats, just in case you need them for the library. Feel free to. Nah, but otherwise just deconstruct them or just donate. Yeah, so we need, what do we need? 2 hyena bounties, or some hyena mission maybe, but nah, let's just do 2 bounties. We'll get some tack ass out of it. I have, actually no, I have one there. Without ending.
I have a few. And different...
Do you have anything in Southwest?
Southwest?
Yeah. Hyena?
Just Black Tusk.
Ah.
One. Black Tusk.
Oh yeah, maybe if you pop yours, but it's likely in downtown east or something, right?
I have few in Judiciary Square. Federal Triangle. One downtown.
Oh, maybe Federal
one for
Triangle
the
if you have multiples there. It's backpack zone. Unlikely they're gonna go into the National Archives.
In this zone, I have just... I wasn't much playing in this zone.
The target is nearby.
Doesn't encourage this 5-7 madness. Well, the madness is already... there's a names group here as well, actually. Oh, these guys are hyenas as well. We just need one bounty. As we have Cowboy over here. Because also, yeah, we could do control points, we could do other stuff. Yeah, I'm in the mood for bounties. The one time... Actually, you know what I think happened there? That grenade wasn't aimed for me. It was aimed from somebody else and it missed and hit me.
From my PC because the game broke.
Agent down. Agent
Yep.
incapacitated.
Game froze.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I think if I'm still in the group when you kill it, it's gonna
Immediate medical assistance needed.
wait before I shut it down.
Murder him quickly then. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, I think indeed if you're in the range of it, you're not fully disconnected. So. Usually even if you're fully disconnected, it sometimes still counts. But I don't know the reasoning there. We've made a mess out of this. Let's try to do one of these.
Charge transfer activated.
An
agent has disconnected.
Oh, that's not the pulse I thought I had. Yeah, let's go clean this up, starting from that side. Should have healed first. Because I'm gonna go around that way. But first, the heal.
Agent charge compromised.
That's the annoying one. Oh no, it actually did the charge transfer, it just then did that false animation.
Agent down.
That was that thing. Likely. Actually, I will do the shotguns and pistols. I was waiting for this season. I was hoping for, you know, more than nothing
Exposed to melee.
for them. But in the end, it didn't even matter. I waited so long and got so far. But in the end, we'll do pistols and shotguns eventually. But the thing is with pistols and shotguns as well, it's even more so than marksman rifles, where like marksman rifles is basically just, we're looking for one thing. We're looking for highest base damage without big limitations in other ways. That's why the Model 700 is the king in that class, and then the SR1 is there just because it fixes up some of the limitations without too much of a loss. I should wait it to you. Got back in, but you crashed out all the way, didn't you? Or?
The game froze, so I had to shut it down.
Ah, okay.
That's...
Well, we'll keep going for. That's insane.
That's the target, Agent.
Oh, it spawned upstairs there. These are just the turrets. Thought the next wave spawned in here. Might as well get this weapon crate. Slimy quarter wolf. He's very slimy. Yeah, he's kind of wolf-like. Like, no, he's only quarter wolf. It's not a full wolf.
I'm on my way.
Charge compromised.
Easy.
Charge transfer initiated.
No, that helps too much with names.
Target neutralized. Good work. Target spotted, Sheriff. You got the target. Nice.
Nice when I see people still use no. I mean, it's still the because one of the things was it was all buffs, so anything in the past, kind of the same as like with M4s and Carbine 7s and stuff like that. Whatever they did, they still do. So it's just you have better options now, especially the SR1 as a replacement for White Death. It's just I feel too good of an option to pass up. It's more damage overall, and then on top of that it just feels better and has a magazine and yeah, all of its other things. I'm forgetting that I am Overwatch and I should be in cover. Also. At least with the vigilance this thing feels a lot better.
Charge compromised.
There's one enemy out there. As you know, he is part of the bounty, maybe. The completion there was the project. Nah, he's not. He's too far. He's just in combat with me. Yes. He's a
no. Because I'm not combat with him.
Good work.
I have a okay-ish FAMAS here.
Cleaning up the streets one bad guy at a time. Nicely done, Sheriff.
I'll drop it outside here. So this one's usable if you need one. Can be handy for high-end builds. Oh, so this can be usable for some stuff. Yeah, we got our project weekly even done as well. I might actually call it there and just be smart about it and get some good rest for one night. Even though I keep just then not catching sleep and then going like, you know what? I'll play a little bit of Division 1. Although I keep just doing the game. Yeah. Although I keep doing the I've been doing the either at night or in the mornings the dailies on both characters just to get Division Tech for optimization. As that is basically time bound. If I just do the three, I basically do the three dailies without doing survival one and just get 125. No, 75. Well, actually no, yeah, 150 from 2 characters.
Yeah, I decided to make a Predator Mark build again.
Nice.
So I had put on some pieces I had, maxed it out, and went from 4K, the cap of Division Tech, 0.
Yeah, I've been trying to get that. I have a Nomad set in there. That's I'm kind of making that my main character's main build. Just slowly trying to get it to be like 291. Just so I have one of those. Also, yeah, I have the non-unicorn version of that thing. Wait, what was the other thing I wanted to share? This Night Watcher. It's for a stat or donation. You can just take that. Actually, what were the challenges for the day? Because I ended up playing this character quite a bit today, so I'm likely done most of the challenges. Oh, yeah. Finish enemies with your skills. I mean, well, that's gonna happen. I'll likely come back to this character. I also love how smug. Like, this Keener is just he's just the smuggest Keener.
Just looking, you try to kill me, but you can.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm better than you.
I defeated death.
Yeah.
Be that.
Yep. I have a reviver hive too. We all get one. How are you surprised? You keep respawning. What? Do you think I don't have that either? Yeah. Except, of course, if I was running hardcore characters, I wouldn't be true. I do like the smug Keener. Also, why is this watch not like just red here? Like this needs to be like super red. It's kind of orangey, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
An
I
agent
think they're
has
trying
left
to
your group.
portray him as a good guy.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna try to go like, he's not too bad, but yeah, my answer to that is yeah, he is.
Yeah, and then the DLC comes out and let's be friends with him and join him.
Yeah. And I got most of the way through the league. I'll leave this character or this account number 2. Just I'll get it done next week. On account number 1, I am gonna actually get the 60 as I always do. But yeah, thank you guys for tagging along. I see. Thanks, Sean, and thanks, Epic Wizard, for as the info for joining up. I'm gonna drop the group here, and I'm also gonna hop out of
You
the
have left
voice.
the group.
But yeah, thanks, Bob, for tagging along. It's fun running
Thanks for having me.
the speed runs. And we'll do more of those as well. I still have 2 more accounts to do. But yeah, I'll catch you around.
Yep. Catch you later.
And yeah, I'm gonna go and find somebody to raid on the Twitch end. We'll send everybody over to someplace out there over the rainbow. And I'm gonna stitch together that video for tomorrow. Tomorrow I likely won't be able to stream in the afternoon. Although maybe. I'll have to see. I'll have to see how my schedule ends up. But if nothing else, I'll be back in the evening. This week I'll be missing Saturday evening. So you can look forward to that. Without having to deal with me for an entire Saturday. But the rest of this week I'll be on most of the evenings, although likely not many afternoons, just because there is some busyness. Although by the looks of it, actually, the 2 weeks after this weekend look pretty quiet for me. So I'll likely spend some more time and try to get a bunch more videos out. But yeah, if nothing else, we'll have a video going up tomorrow for the in-depth look as we had into some of those things. Let me see if I have anybody in the Vision to raid. Oh yeah, let's just raid Little Huge. I don't see anybody else that I'm following or such. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow in the evening, most likely. I might do a few hours in the afternoon if I have some time, but doesn't look like it. So. One last speak here, and yeah, thanks indeed for everybody that joined today in watching and also in playing with Sean and Epic Wizard and Pamek, and also all of you watchers out there. And I'm gonna just start this raid and send everybody off to some dark hours where they are, and I hope to catch some, if not all of you, in the future. And as always, have a good night.
AJ.